Hey, ladies and gents, put a thumbs up if you can hear me. We are back as I promised. I already got the link. So anybody that would like to come up and speak on the panel, feel free. I'm gonna wait to see if I see the thumbs up. I think you guys can hear me because I had my other phone on. Well, I'm on my computer, but I had my phone on so I could hear so I could link the and pin the video, not pin the link to come up. Sorry. I had my phone to pin the link so people can come up and they don't have to wait. And sure, it scared me. But anywho, thank you everyone. Chick-fil-A guy. Hey, Vic to the Veil. I see you waiting. Vicky is ready, set, go in the background, waiting on me. Hey, Real. Hey, Sammy Cakes. Uh-oh. Hey, No. Hey, Cross Country. Welcome back, everyone. Hey, Leo lady. Shan, you ready? Shan said she stopped typing earlier. She just said she'll come back for the panel. Hey, that ain't got nothing to do with me. Hey, Tasha B. Kina. I said what I said. And I did talk to I said what I said, guys. I had to let her know I put it in there with L said. Hey, Real. Hey, B. Williams. Hey, T Baby. Hey, Sunshine and Rain and Gardening. Hey, Lou. All right, all right. Thank y'all so much. I'm so paranoid about y'all not being able to hear me. So I appreciate the thumbs up. Hey, CW. Hey, us seniors need love too. I felt like listen, I feel you on that one, okay? Because I had to make a disclaimer earlier. Hey, Linda Gibbs. Hey, Rainbow. Thank you, everyone. Real quick, and then I'm gonna bring Vic to the veil up because she was at work today, so she wasn't able to partake, in the chat like she normally would. Hey, TX Toy. But Tasha K, Vic to the Veil, speaking of Vic, messaged me last night to let me know. I don't know if this is true or not. But Tasha K posted that her and her husband was getting a divorce. Now I told Vic to the Veil, I felt like this was just another way for her to get out of paying Cardi B her money. Because we know that Cardi B caught them with their hand in the cookie jar as far as having accounts, under her husband's name that she wasn't reporting as income, trying to circumvent the system. So I felt like this was just another tactic, like filing bankruptcy. I think she filed chapter 11. I felt like this may have been a little play. Not sure, but on last night, Tasha K posted this message to all my fans. It is with a heavy heart that my husband and I have decided, after 19 years of marriage, 20 years of being together, two wonderful children, we will be ending our union, sleeping in the same bed with one another. So y'all, I don't know if you seen it, but it was kind of like, I'll finish reading it. He simply likes the bedroom way too cold for my likings, 50 degrees plus the fan. So it was kind of a joke. I just played off the joke. Because she said, I'm a native of Florida and I moved back to the great state to enjoy the sun and warmth. I'm tired of waking up frost windows like I slept in the Waffle House. Okay, so I think it's kind of a joke. We decided to separate and he is moving into the great room and we'll reside in the master bedroom. And our kids will split their time sleeping with him during the week and me on the weekend. So it was kind of a joke, but I had to do y'all like Vicky did me, okay? But in other news with Tasha K, Cardi not playing with her about her coins. So Cardi well, I would say Tasha K fired back at Cardi B. I just saw this on TMZ right before we went live. And Cardi B has been accusing Tasha of hiding money, filing fake bankruptcy, and so on. But Cardi is wanting her coins and she not backing down. So Tasha K, in her new documents that she has filed, she's alleging that Cardi is trying to bully her financially and interfere with her bankruptcy case that she filed back in 2023 after Cardi scored a huge judgment against her. And I believe it's like a little under $4 million, if that could be called a little. That Cardi won in her huge judgment. And Tasha is pretty much saying she's saying that she thinks it's pretty clear the rapper wants to sabotage her career, trying to condition any settlement of debt with a broad restriction on her ability to talk freely on her blogs and other social media. Okay, so she is trying to ask the courts from what I see. I don't have the document. I'm just reading what TMZ posted in this article. Um, Tasha is asking the judge to toss wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. I think I misspoke. This comes in response to the paperwork Cardi filed last month asking the judge to toss TK's bankruptcy case. So Cardi is asking them to toss it, not grant her. I think it's chapter 11. They didn't put it in here where she questioned, as in Cardi questioning whether Tasha was really too broke to pay the 3.4 million she owed Cardi after losing the defamation case in 2022. So that's some new news and some new tea. But I had to tell y'all about the divorce part because that's what Vicky sent it to me. That's what I thought until I read it. And let me speak to the rest of y'all, and I'm gonna bring you up, Vicky and Shan, right behind her. Hey TX Toy. Hey A, let's talk about it all. Hey, only me 23. Exactly, TK always finding a way out. Okay, so Shan, you're agreeing with me. Hey, talks with TK. Hey, prominent woman. I don't know if PW gonna be in here, so I gotta get used to seeing your name. I got lazy. Tasha Line. Hey, Mona C talks. Tisha K in my Nesto voice. Hey, B. Williams will go on welfare before she give that money to Cardi. Yeah, you remember Cardi said she found offshore accounts. Tasha moved to Africa, honey. She put things in her husband's name, created a whole new business. She was really trying to circumvent um paying this lady her coins, her judgment. But Cardi got her foot on her neck. Hey, Golden Pearl. Hey, Coffee and Combos. Welcome. Happy Taco Tuesday, even though I had pizza. So we're going to say it's Tokyo-ish Tuesday. We're going to try to do a play on the words. Hey, Beautifully Made 13. Hey, Vic to the Veil.
Hi.
Welcome. Hey,
Huh?
welcome. I'm
Hey.
to you, Vic. I know you couldn't get it down.
Yeah, and girl, today was one of them days at work where it was like, I want y'all. Yeah, everybody's this close to getting cussed out. Y'all don't know me. And then I was sitting next to one of my partners in crime, and she looking at me like I'm just praying. I'm just praying. She was mumbling in her breath, and I said, "What you say?" I'm just praying. Like so, she didn't cuss people out. uh, as far as Tasha K goes, I mean it's I don't think Cardi is trying to hinder her. It's basic like when all this stuff was going on when she was, what she's basically been, it's been judged, it's been adjudicated that like she was making false claims about Cardi. Cardi asked her not to do that, like demanded for her not to do that, and she would leave things alone. Tasha K kept going. So it's not that she was trying to take food out of her mouth to keep her from making any money.
Mhm.
It's that she gave her a fair warning, like stop, stop, stop. Just stop. Leave me alone. Stop. If you're gonna talk about me, say legitimate things. You could, say what I have, like what you heard about me. Like, if you got claims on me, like I pretty much put all my dirt out there. I used to strip. Yeah, I was, this kind of person. I used to set dudes up. Like, Cardi has been pretty transparent about most of her journey into becoming a millionaire. Tasha K seems like she put herself in a situation, and now that you went up in there with that old with Olga not fit seeming like she
Her attorney. I'm like, wait a minute, who's Olga? I forgot that was her attorney name.
yeah. Olga didn't know what she was doing, so you went up in there with Olga, and Olga didn't know what she was doing, and you thought you were just gonna win because they said defamation cases are hard to win, but you had no proof of any of this stuff that you were saying, whether it's true or not. You didn't provide any proof, or it was, from my understanding, it was like it was a bunch of he said she said. So now you have to pay. It's been judged. Just at least come up with a payment plan. Even the chapter 11, from my understanding, she even the chapter 11 is used to make payments, to come up with some sort of payment repayment plan.
Okay, okay, thank you, because I wasn't sure of the difference. Thank you for
Like
telling me that.
a chapter 7 is a wipeout.
Okay,
Um and a chapter 13 is like a restructure of your debt. A chapter 11 is like you come up with like a restructuring of the repayment plan.
okay,
But it doesn't seem like she's doing that either. So now it's the principle of it. Cardi doesn't need her money. Obviously doesn't need her money. You know what I mean?
right.
So it's the principle of it. When are you going to learn? Like, keep my name out of your mouth. And then just now, I told you not to do it. You still did it. You felt entitled to do it. So now I went the white folks route, and I sued you. So pay me, or at least come up with something. Pay me, even if she tried to pay her back something. I'm pretty sure that it's the principle of it. But now, if I'm Cardi, yeah, I'm gonna keep spending money until I dry you out. And now I didn't think about it until you mentioned it to me. Like, it's like, hey, this is kind of like she's doing this to maybe get out of having to pay Cardi. But I'm sure that the attorneys will look into have a private investigator on that too. And as far as the earlier topic, I was
Yep.
in and out listening to about Ricky
Uh-huh.
and them kids. Baby, what? Nobody cares about them kids. I mean, God bless the babies. If they're your kids, they're your kids. As far as Grayson goes, I remember watching that little boy during lockdown,
Mhm.
and I mean, he's been with him for a while. I thought that was his grandson. I'm like, well, this is a. I didn't know whose grandchild. I mean, whose child it was, which one of his kids, because that's a mixed baby. And I'm like, well, whose kid is it? But you know what? He enjoys being a dad, so I think he enjoys just being a dad. He doesn't like women too much, as far as like treating them nice. He's a trick, but he doesn't like treating them like, like the nice that they deserve. But he likes being a daddy. So, it was mentioned. Why not just be like Nick Cannon? But it doesn't serve his church audience. They like tearing him up in them comment section. His church ladies that follow him, they eating his behind alive because he's out here just dropping. He probably got more kids,
Yep. You
but
never know. Some may pop back out. Not pop back out, pop out now.
and what I remember about then, I watched some of the Nesto visit with her little ponytail, her little puffball ponytail.
Mhm.
I'm glad she's finally wearing her hair. I just wish she would just go get some set it off braids. Just get some braids. Um, she might be menopausal. She's not taking hormones. That's probably why them sides ain't growing in yet, or haven't grown back, or they may never grow back. But just get some nice little twists and some flat twists that are loose, and just maybe do some crochets. They're like crochet braids are so light on your head. The ponytail is fine, but it's nice to see her without all that. Even Nesto says it. That little whoppity do that just be. It's like a pom pom that just flops around on her head. That's all I can think of right now. I'll let Shan go.
All right, Shan.
Hi. First, I'll start it off hot and disagree with Vicky. Ricky has no reason, in my opinion, to have no kids because he never gets praise. He's the type that he know he gonna get some backlash because he always get it.
Hey,
He
you
always
won.
getting backlash and praise from the people. So I don't think him having no kids is gonna stop his money or none of that stuff. I don't think. That's is to me, and I don't think it's gonna stop what he got going on. And the way that he likes kids and he takes care of other folks' kids, I don't think it's stopping nothing for him. And me personally, from all the stuff that I done tried to look into about what actually happened, I feel like this is my feelings, my opinion. I feel like he knew that lady was messing around with that other guy. And when she said it was the other guys, it's the other guys. Because what man, it's a couple out there, but usually a man is not going to say, it's my baby, even if you say it's your new dude baby or the dude you moving on away from me. Because in my opinion, I was watching somebody earlier and it appears to have been a little overlap between Ricky and this dude.
Yeah.
And this is not new. It's new now because homeboy feeling in his feelings and he coming out saying, spreading all these rumors
Mhm.
because he in his feelings. Why are you in your feelings and mad at Ricky when Ricky didn't say you was the daddy? Oh, girl did, but okay, no problem. You want your money back? Guess what? It's civil. Go ahead and get your money back. Try to get your money back because it's civil.
It's Silver in our Sonya voice, okay?
It's civil. Go and get your money back. And I think Ricky likes kids so much and he's adopting just about any kid that needs him that he's close with. I don't see him looking at his own kids from afar.
No.
If I watched the show, that reality show they had, I just don't see that from Ricky. But also, oh, Cynthia, I feel like I don't know about you guys, but Vicky, your words haunt me every time I see her these days because I'm like, while she talking about doctors and all this other stuff, she need to see somebody
Yeah.
because she looking bad. She looking real bad, and it's like you worried about this ninja in jail. Are you gonna be still awake when he gets out? Cause look like he might have more years on him than you gonna be around than you are the way you look. Like worry about yourself because like I told y'all, when I worked in there, I would see people that start out coming to see somebody that just got in there a couple years later. They look bad. They done did time worse than the person that's in there doing time. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I kind of you kind of almost just looking at her want to feel bad for her because you like you're wasting away, sis. You can't even eat. Talking about you drink. I don't know where I heard it at, but it probably was on some Lady T book put up for the members. So y'all better go get the members because the members be popping. Cause in that members, I believe she said she drinking water and natural juice, and it's like, hun, you need a little bit more than water and natural juice now. Come on,
She need
you,
protein.
you
She
need some
said that earlier.
beans.
She didn't say, I think, fresh squeezed juice or something. She said it was something like that. She said it was earlier today.
And I'm
That's
like, homegirl, you need some beans. You need my grandma to make you some pinto beans and rice. You know what I'm
We
saying?
need to
She
fan
needs
you up. We need to fan
right.
you up.
that's like that the juices and stuff is that's vitamins. That is vitamins, but she probably is going to poop that out because of her
Exactly.
intestines, but she needs protein like, you know, some like you said some beans, carry around some little $1.25 protein shakes. I mean, it's $1.25. Just carry them around in your purse. I mean,
Get you a couple power bars.
yes. I mean, the water is good to hydrate you and to keep your insides lubricated, and the juices are good to keep. But I mean, you're not processing it because you're probably just peeing it out. You don't have any other food in you. You don't have any other like your dietary needs. You need something to stick to you, even if it's just rice. Eat a bowl of rice, and I
Right. And
mean,
and the water flushes your system of the toxins and the unnecessary stuff. So if all you're having is juice and water, you're flushing the good stuff you putting in out. So what else you putting in there? What else you putting in there? I ain't heard her say not once she taking damn vitamin. She doing nothing about her stomach issues. I ain't heard her not once say nothing. Like I'm almost like you more worried about this ninja health than you worried about your own.
Well, shoot, they were trying to find a technicality to get him out. How your kidneys? How your liver? How your gallbladder? How your ankles?
Oh my God. We have a question. Did the new dude know she was messing with Ricky at the time? I don't.
I'm under understanding neither one of them knew. I'm under understanding that Ricky thought that she moved on, but I believe in my mind that there was some overlap because what woman is just gonna say, "Oh, my kids is from some regular degler dude" instead of a Ricky Smiley, and this is in the Ricky Smiley days where Ricky Smiley can take care of your kids in a good fashion. So I'm not, me personally, I'm going, but see, the thing is, and what I don't like about the dude is let this lady spray herself with her tea. If you want your money, get your money. But don't just do this because there is two kids involved and eventually they gonna see this mess. And that's where I usually come from anyway, because those babies gonna see this mess and they gonna think like why he do that to us and all this, because they remember you. They're gonna remember you. They're five. They're gonna have memories of you if you took time with them. So you're just doing this to them kids, and she ain't said much or nothing. I was trying to find because I saw some clickbait that said she spoke out, but it was clickbait, and I was mad because I was hoping that she had spoke out because she's the only one we haven't heard from.
Girl, I wouldn't say a word.
Me either. But I was hoping for my to fancy
For, no-
my
for yeah, for
curiosity.
the nosiness, the messiness.
Right. To
But
Yes.
fancy my curiosity. I just wanted her to say something. But in my opinion, that's why you ain't gonna say nothing as a female. No, I ain't gonna say nothing if it was a little overlap. I ain't even finna get myself out here and
there
let
was
these people dog me like that. I'm not finna
that
do that.
girl. There was overlap with Ricky and other women. He was. I told you he was messing with my cousin at the same. Like these kids are 5 years old, 6 years old, or something like that. My cousin had been messing with him. So Ricky got a bunch of girls. So
But
I
if you
mean,
listen to Ricky, he said that before.
I
Like
know,
I listen
right?
to him. He said he's
He
single.
he's got no
He
shame
out
in his
here
game.
mingling.
He's
He's
got no
out
shame
here
in his
mingling.
game. So I mean, for her, I wouldn't say anything. He's out here doing anything. Okay, I was messing around with a couple dudes too. I slipped up. I raw dogged it with two guys, maybe more. Maybe I didn't know who my baby daddy was. They looked more like him, or this guy was more into me, or willing to kind of be there for me while I was pregnant. So I'm pinning the kids on him. But if it's a possibility, I just say this: if it's a possibility that you got, there's more than one guy, don't be so quick to pin it on just one, or at least go with the more viable candidate.
Yeah.
She
Hey,
did.
Miss
He was the
Veronica.
right.
Hey, Chick-fil-A. Listen, the person in jail worries the people that stand by them to death. That's what Shan was saying.
Yes.
It's like you doing time with them. Okay, I
Hmm.
said what I said. It's up here. She been waiting
Hey,
so
girl.
patiently.
Hey,
Hello, ladies. How are y'all
Hey.
doing today?
Good.
Well, I don't know what to say about Rick and his woman and his baby mama or whoever it is she is, but I believe I kind of believe him. I believe that she told the other dude that it was his baby because she must have been mad at Ricky or whatever. And, we don't know what he told her when they broke up. And some women are just vindictive like that. They'll tell you, well, it ain't your baby or whatever. And then when her and her man break up, then say, dude, these your kids. When the money stop one way, when it stop flowing one way, then you go figure out the other way to get some money. And so um I wholeheartedly agree with whoever said that he likes to be a dad because he do like to be a dad. And so I figure I feel like it's the mom, and she must have didn't want Ricky because, like y'all said, who wouldn't want that paycheck from him other than somebody that's someone else who's not welcoming the dad, and she must have really wanted this other dude for her to tell her, him that these were his kids. And you just never know what games women are playing.
Mm-hmm.
Ricky
And
seemed like he liked to
so
take
that
over.
POS.
Yeah, somebody said in the chat earlier that he is
He
mean
does.
and hard to work
He's a
with and
very alpha male.
controlling. Okay.
He could have took over my kids if he wanted to.
Right.
I
And
have no
yeah,
problem
he's
with
an
that.
alpha male.
I ain't got no problem with that.
I mean, cause you
Well,
hear,
yeah, he's definitely an alpha male, and he definitely want to be in charge of things. And so, and Vicky, if your cousin in relationship, with
the
him,
shit. She don't.
uh,
She stopped
he
messing.
just
He got a nasty attitude. He tried, but she says that he's just. I mean, he was even nasty
controlling.
towards her mother. Yeah, he was controlling when she knew.
Hmm.
Okay, she does this. That's what she do. She's older than me, but she still looks very very good. She's professional sugar baby. And so she was messing around with somebody else, or I don't know what something happened, or she needed something, or he was trying to play her or something, and he got real nasty with her, and then he called her mother, my older cousin, and was like nasty towards her too. So he really is like for according to them, he really is not like a nice guy when it comes to women, but he pays his way for the most part. So you just kind of have to deal with that nasty attitude, but you get sick of that after a while, unless it's like a lot of coinage coming
But
towards your
Vicky,
way.
he don't have that though. Cause watching the reality show they had, you could tell. I was like, I was thinking to myself, how would I deal with somebody like that? Because when you an independent personality and all that, like you have to get somebody that match your fly, or that can
Hmm.
match your fly without hurting your fly. But he is the type you would have to, like our boy said the other night over there in the streets, you gonna have to
Dumb
dumb
yourself
yourself
down.
down for him, and the real dumb yourself down, because that's, if anybody know how to find it or go back and
Lee.
watch his
Oh,
reality show. Yeah,
right.
Lee. Go back and watch his reality show. He is very controlling. He's very
Yes,
alpha.
yeah.
He's very, you
Yeah.
can tell
She
the
said,
nice
yeah.
nastiness, even dealing with the kids. So it was like,
Mm,
but to me, kids need structure, and he was not a bad father,
No,
so
I
it may not make for a good relationship now, but to me it seemed like it was a good parent. But kids gonna be kids and do what they do regardless of who
that's
your
true.
parent is.
no,
That's true.
I commend him like when it comes to these kids because I during lockdown I think like always checked in with he and Grayson because I was really just he and Grayson in the house, um, and him working and him just it was such a cute relationship because he really was like giving the little boy the stuff, the tools that he needed like to be a man, and I understand it because he's really big about men just being in the household and being present, and to me it almost seems like he feels like the daddy is more important than the mother, in a sense. That's the vibe that I get from him. Yes, he does seem controlling when it comes, and you could even get that sense when you listen to the show when he talks to his underlings, because they are his underlings. Let's not get it twisted. They're not his colleagues. I mean, I think he plays funny and whatnot to a certain extent, but they all have to do a little kiss the ringage. So as far as this baby mama situation goes, I don't know what if he just doing this for a publicity stunt. If it's coming out now, he says the kid he's known about it for a couple months. Why bring it out now?
He didn't bring
Like
it out.
It's
The
in his
guy
book.
did. The
He brought it
guy,
out in his book.
he said something about it though already. It's, if you go back
it's
on
in
the
his book.
internet and look it up, he said something. Ricky said something months ago. I
Okay,
found an article today where Ricky Ben talked about this. It's
so
out today because of this dude.
because the dude was on it. He's the one who brought it up.
Yeah, the dude is the one who didn't kicked up dust.
Oh
It been
well,
out because I was, when I was reading it, I was like, well, it's been out because he was talking
so
about it before the anniversary of Brandon's death in January. But he was
so
talking about it back in, I think, November or something. So I'm like,
Yeah, it's in
okay.
his book. He's been promoting his book, And this is, I think kicked back up too because of what Shan said in its book.
Why is he crashing out on the sofa the other day? Then, like, sitting there crying on the, in the phone, looking crazy. As I don't know what he seemed like he was drunk too. Like this, if that's the case, and this just this man,
He
coming
might
on
be
the
missing them babies though, Vicky, because once you get attached to kids, like I'm not a real kid friendly type person, but once I get attached to a kid, you miss them, regardless of who they are
absolutely,
or what
yeah,
they are.
yeah,
And I'll say something to what you said earlier about him thinking that a father is more important to a
That
kid
was I said what I said.
or somebody whoever said that. What
that
I'll say
was
about
me
that
too.
is, yeah, because I thought Vicky
Oh,
said it
that was
too. But
Vicky. Oh, okay, I'm
what
sorry.
I'll say about that is the issue is fathers are important in the relationship aspect because they come out of women, so they are already had you already most people already have that bond with their mother. So the bond with the father is built after the bond with the mother. That's
Hmm.
why most men have to do what he doing to overcompensate because that bond is different because you came from us. Because
He
even
just
my husband talk about my daughter, like we get into it, be just like I and see I can hold a grudge. I would not talk to you, but 2 minutes later she down here like she my best friend after we done just had a knockdown drag out, and she back snuggling with me, and he be like, what's going on? Because that bond is different and the men have to
Hey,
build
Red.
theirs when ours is usually
yeah.
naturally there. That's why I'm so upset taking it on back with Shirley because I don't see the natural bond with her and Sheridan during her stand by my man moments. So that kind of ticked
Very.
me off.
Yeah.
But I think that old boy is missing them kids and he mad to see the relationship
Oh, you
that they
talk.
got with Ricky now. Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. You said because the guy. No, I wasn't talking about the guy. Ricky was on I don't know if he did a Facebook live or Instagram live, but he was on. I mean, he was on for a long time talking about because people were eat. I think it was Facebook live. It had to be like Sunday, and he was on there just going off about people judging and blah blah blah. And it's really, yeah, the people were tearing him up in the comment section.
Yeah, he probably shouldn't have read the comments then, because it's
Because if
new and it's
you
fresh.
heard what he said, I think today or yesterday, he said that he's still dealing with Brandon's loss. And he
Now
said they're
that,
helping him with
yes.
that. And that's kind of why he's in this state. Cause he said even back a few months ago, he was with the girls and they were doing something, but he was crying because he's still dealing with Brandon. And you know that this is the anniversary. Brandon passed in 2 weeks. So, and 2 weeks from now will be the date from Brandon's passing. I believe I saw it earlier. I think it was like the January 23rd or something. So,
I, I
what
do have a,
happens during grief that I can explain from my experience is you start feeling, I don't know if anybody else has been through this, but when somebody real close to you die or sorry, pass away, you start around that time, you start feeling stuff and you don't know
yes.
what it is. So I think that's what he going through right now, in my
Yeah.
opinion, because I went through that. And I still go through that on certain dates, and I be like, "Why am I feeling like
Mhm.
this?" Then I look at the calendar and be like, "Oh, yeah, it's that
Yeah, I
time."
know. Like when when I was going through that work today, I found myself being emotional, and like my grandmother got real sick around this time of year, and
Mhm.
she passed away in on February 16th, just after my mother's birthday's on the 12th, and it's like just this time of year. And February 1st is when my boyfriend took his life. So this time of year is hard. So I understand but I understand him feeling these feelings, and the kids are helping him maybe get better. But don't read the comments.
Yeah, I think that the comments will get you there,
I
especially like
run
you said,
straight
you
to the
already
comments.
emotional, and it's a lot coming at you at one time. Your book not selling, so I get it. B. Williams, I think you made this comment before they started talking about the grief part, but I'm gonna read it anyway. I don't know about all that, but I think someone is pressing Ricky about them twins to be crashing out like that. And it could be because he Birmingham, everybody probably know everyone. So it's more than what we see, here on social media. Janetta, do you want to come up or you want me to read your comment? I don't mind doing either. Yes, I understand the pain. Yeah, with grief he's going through. I'll wait y'all to see, and I'll come back and read Janetta's comment. I ain't buying what Ricky is selling. Earlier the people said the book sales was low, honey, and this is a way for him to get the book sales up. That was one thing that we talked about earlier. Do you
Yeah,
all remember he claimed he didn't know that his son was his until he was 10. Somebody said earlier 10. He didn't find out that Brandon was his until he was 10. I did hear that earlier.
do what he could
Well, what
do.
about the part that they said he was playing? What
Okay.
about the part that they said that that him and the girl was playing in everybody's face about them trying to hide the fact that he was the father, and and they just let the other guy feel like he was the father. So you guys don't believe that's true either?
I don't.
I don't see the benefit in it.
Not only
I hear
that,
them, but I just don't
Well,
see the benefit. But
men territorial about their kids. Nah,
for
men are
yeah,
Ricky,
but
for
what if
Ricky
territorial
now,
about
but
their
what if
kids.
if
he
it was
didn't want her?
Nesto, yeah.
Um,
What if the guy was real jealous that she was with, right? And she just wanted to pursue her relationship, and she didn't
Ricky
want to
don't care
mess
about
that
that.
up.
They're my kids. I
Yeah.
don't. I see Ricky as a type of guy, like we say, alpha male controlling.
Mm-hmm.
He don't care about her in that relationship. Them his babies, and that's the one
Yeah.
thing why it doesn't judge with me,
Mhm.
because them his
Okay.
babies, and since he to me has known, we didn't seen him. Because if you go back and you follow stuff, you see where they picked up at in his story. I don't know if it was book promotion and we coming out now or whatever, but I would I two things can be true, and I believe two things. I believe he didn't know, he just found out, and I believe book sales ain't good, and this is publicity.
Mm-hmm.
What I
It is what it is.
so what
And
I
that's what
He
I
said he's
believe.
known for a year.
That's Janetta, y'all. Yeah,
Okay,
I figured he
I
did
looked.
because it takes a while to write a book, to send it through editing, publishing, get them printed out and all of that, and then set up your book tour. So I believe he did know again Janetta too back. Go
Well,
ahead, Janetta.
I looked up the court case.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shoot! I got my camera.
They can't see you.
Oh, okay. Can you hear me?
I got my banner
We
up there
hear
so they
you.
can't
Okay,
see.
wonderful. Okay,
Girl,
so I
I
looked
see
up the.
you, Janetta.
Oh, hi. Okay, so I looked up the court case. So in Jefferson County, there's actually two divisions. There's a Bessemer division, and then there's a Birmingham division. So
Mm-hmm.
depending on where you live, this is where the case is filed. So I looked in the Bessemer division first because of where she lives, and found the case in 2019. So for some reason, that case in 2019 was dismissed, and that would have been maybe a year after the twins were born. So we took because we didn't know the name of the father, we just put in her name and found it because Bessemer's a smaller division. So we were able to find the name of the father. It was Nehemiah Thomas. So we took that and then searched the Birmingham division. Then the case came up. There's
Mm-hmm.
also a case against the oldest child father too.
Mm-hmm.
Not paternity, maybe a child support case. Maybe he wasn't paying child support either. But that Singleton gentleman, I can't remember his first name. That's the oldest child father. So there's a case against him. So those cases were consolidated. The case that she had against is Nehemiah Thomas was the presumed father of the twins. So around 2000 and it was October of 2023, it went to the Birmingham division, the family court over there, and a DNA test was ordered. So the last movement on the case was January of 2024. So that DNA test would have come back probably around November or December. I forgot how long it takes them to do those DNA tests. Probably depends on the lab. So that
I
DNA
was
test
about to
would have.
say a week or two, if that anymore. It's quick when it's court order. They put those in front.
Yeah, it's been years. So I don't do family law anymore, so I'll have to take your word on that. But I don't think it. I don't think it would have taken us in January for them to figure out that they were charged.
No, he been knowing this since last year.
Well, I'm talking about when she would have found out because she was taking Nehemiah Thomas to court, so she would have. So he
Hmm.
would have found out last year. He's known before this year. This he made the announcement 2025. He knew in 20. He probably knew at the end of 2023. Ricky knew probably at the end of 2023.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, that's why I said it would have taken weeks. They don't like you. You remember? I would say because I used to deal in some. I used to deal in the felony aspect of it when they catch a felony case from child support. So we would do a lot of paternity tests just to make sure, sometimes before we follow through. So I know for us back then it was only taking 3 weeks. So I'm sure everything is a lot more quicker and updated now. So I'm pretty sure a week or two at the most
In the
it should take.
South, we a
It,
little
it wouldn't have
behind.
it wouldn't have taken any months. I know that. So I would think, it seemed like years ago when I was doing family law, it took maybe a couple of weeks. But as you said, it wouldn't he would have known at the end of 2023 because the last movement on the case was 2024. Um and it was a motion to reconsider or something that was filed, but we didn't open it up and look at because Alabama nicking down you for everything, child. So you
Hmm.
have to pay for each click.
Yeah, when I was trying to do love and marriage transfer, I was like, baby, I give up with these documents.
It's
Yep.
expensive because you have to pay for the search itself, pay for any downloads. I
Hmm.
did my most Aliquot searches when I worked for a nonprofit, and they paid for my Aliquot subscription. But otherwise, there's cheaper ways to need to get the information that I need for what I do. So I don't pay for a subscription. My friend, we used hers. And see, she didn't know how to snoop and be nosy, child. I was like, I had to guide her through. She didn't even know you could break it down by county. I was like, you're gonna have to get
Give
better
me
at
the
this snooping.
login and password, baby. I got it for her.
Right.
I know, because she was like, oh, it's 3 pages. It's gonna take forever. I was like, no, narrow it down by county. Start in Bessemer and then kind of work your way from there because Bessemer's a smaller division. For some reason, we have essentially two county seats. I don't know why, but we do. But this is the largest county in Alabama. We have two main courthouses. So it's the part where she lives, which is like McCalla, which is kind of past Hoover. It's a strip of Hoover, like 459. You're probably familiar with that 459 from where Carly found the baby. that area goes that area goes to the Bedford division. So there's another side of Hoover where my office is. That division would go to Birmingham. So Hoover is
Okay.
divided on which courthouses you would go to anyway. So to me, the proper venue would have been in Bessemer because of where she lives and is where the children reside. So I was kind of puzzled that there was a big case that was filed in the Birmingham division. But that's who ultimately ordered the DNA test, and that's where it got resolved in the Birmingham division.
Because wouldn't it start in Birmingham if she lived in Birmingham at the time though?
No,
And when
she
it
didn't
first
live.
started?
She lived in a Bessemer division of Jefferson County.
Oh,
So
okay.
you don't necessarily have to live in Birmingham to go to the Birmingham division. It's just two courthouses that county seats where you go into Birmingham or you go into Bessemer. It just depends on where you live. So there's a list of cities that's going to go to Birmingham, and
Mhm.
there's a list of cities that's going to go to the Bessemer division. So where she lived, it made sense to search in that Bessemer division. That's what I did. But
Mhm.
then that case got dismissed, which I think I kind of know why. A lot of people don't like dealing with the family court
Court.
judge in
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Bessemer.
Yeah, they try to
That
work some out. That's how I'm not there, but that's what my baby dad try to do. Like, we could work some out, and no, we can't. We gonna go through
well,
the
it's
court.
it's that particular judge is difficult. So a lot of people
Oh.
rather go to, Birmingham. The
Oh,
Birmingham
okay. I see what
divisions,
you're
you
saying.
you have more judges, and you have some garnet items. You have more. you have more variety in Bessemer. You only have that one judge. So, and then she's difficult. So I wouldn't want to go down there either. But to me, that's where it should have been, resolved in Bessemer. And we don't know why it got dismissed in 2019. I'm not really sure. Um,
I
I'll probably
believe
go do my own
I got
search.
a question for you, Janetta, because
Sure.
this is ours. Ours would always get the paternity test getting dismissed, right?
Well, it was
Or
the well, they didn't order the case just didn't move in 2019. It didn't move. It was filed and then it was dismissed. So it could be an issue of not being able to serve him, or I'm not sure what happened because it's expensive and we didn't really delve into
COVID.
all
It
that.
was COVID, right? You
COVID
said
did start in
2019?
2019, but it wouldn't have
it
they
didn't
still
kick
were
off
moving
till
forward with
March
court.
2020.
That wouldn't have got him out of the paternity case. He still would have had to cause they were some courts were doing virtual, but
Mhm.
most of the time we just appeared and you had to wear a mask. That's all.
Mhm.
So I don't
Okay.
think COVID. It probably depending
See, that's
on.
why that's why it seemed like,
Mhm.
but see, that's why it seemed like it was, like it was an agreement to, let him feel like he the father, and Ricky was doing his book and it wasn't really time to come out. So that's why I say that.
You talking
Because
So
about
I
I
feel
agreement with
like,
whom? You talking about the presumed father?
yeah,
Yeah,
but I
I
well,
feel
no,
she's
like,
not
talking
Oh,
about
it
no,
wasn't
no,
an
I'm talking
talking
agreement
about with the
because
about
chick.
they.
I'm talking about with
she
the
talking
chick
about
and
with
with
not Ricky
Ricky.
wasn't involved in this 2019, right? It was just her
Oh
and
no, no, Ricky wasn't involved. This is the case
yeah.
that she brought a case against
Okay.
Nehemiah. And
Okay,
so when
against the
she
guy.
took him to
Okay.
court and they ordered the DNA test, they found out he wasn't the father. And they would have found that when they ordered the test in October 2023.
Mhm.
So she really did proceed as though he was the father. But
yeah, and if she took him for a paternity test, she felt in her heart that them was his babies. In my opinion, because why would you wait? Why would you carry your tail down there for a paternity test, knowing them ain't his babies? Because that, what you thought you was gonna be able to do some trickery? Like, this ain't soap operas. This real life. I think she thought, because another credible source that I saw said that over the years, these kids were hanging with Grayson over the
Oh yeah,
years.
we talked about that earlier about the play dates.
well,
Yeah, we
he
did talk
said
Yeah,
about that
that. He
earlier.
said that they would go to Grayson's birthday parties. He said that.
Mhm.
That's what Ricky
Yeah.
yeah,
said.
Yeah.
yeah. And for me, my thing is, you would invite your kids to a birthday party, but you wouldn't throw them their own. You would throw your grandson one, but wouldn't throw them their own. I think maybe he didn't come out and say nothing because it was gonna be in his book and it was gonna be a splash. And he may have found out some months before he let the people know he found out. However, I don't think he knew back when everybody trying to say he knew, like when they was
Years
born.
ago.
I don't
Yeah.
I don't believe that. I believe, just like I said it earlier, that yeah, he been knowing. It may be about a year now that he been
Let
knowing,
me check
but
real.
I don't think, especially from what Janetta just found, why would we be going for paternity? And then we get some movement January 2024. I believe that's when they told, oh boy, you are not the father. And that's when,
Yeah.
because now that triggered something that he also said was he was dealing with Brandon's being deceased, and that's the girls. So I'm like, oh, okay, because I was thinking that Brandon being deceased had already, the anniversary had already came. But now I'm thinking like, oh, okay, that might be what he meant. He meant back in 2024, not 2025. See, we all gotta think about timelines, and the only thing help me with timelines these days is y'all homeboy old nasty, because they timeline so screwed up that it be having me in my timeline bag. Okay. So that's why I'm like, I put two and two together and say, okay, if he was dealing with Brandon being deceased and finding out he got these new kids all at one time, and now it's hitting the fan on the anniversary of that, he delving back into that. So I'm like, oh, okay, that makes sense. I'm glad Janetta went on and did an investigation. Okay, part of the legal
Okay, well, you
department.
done? Were you done speaking about the investigation? I don't know. I know we kind of started talking.
Oh,
What
that
else
was
did you
pretty
find?
much all I found. I'm just gonna have to do my own digging because I was trying to guide her through or whatever. Because I would like to know why there was a motion to reconsider file, and there's also the presumed father. Some things that he said just didn't add up to me because he was saying that the oldest child's father died. When did that child's father die? Because there's a court case with him on it, for paternity. So she was taking both of their deadbeat behinds to court for not paying child support.
Mm-hmm.
And he clearly wasn't paying. He thought they were his children. If he would have gotten it resolved back in 2019, showed up for court, the DNA test, I mean, this could have been solved a long time ago. So to me, he's not that sympathetic. I think what was done was wrong to him, but I don't. He's just he's not he wasn't if he was he's not the father that was paying and taking care of these children for 5 years, and all of a sudden, oh,
He
I
may
paid all
just
this
be
money, I took care of these
embarrassed too.
children.
He may
Hmm?
just be embarrassed too. You know.
Oh, yeah, of course. And I could see where Ricky coming out and was a slap in the face to him, and then he's talking about on the anniversary. I don't like him using his son's death as a way to cover this shit show. So to me, that rubbed me the wrong way when Ricky came out and said it's just a miracle. My they saved my life. It made me want to throw up.
Well,
You
getting
done
back to
saved your
buckwheat.
life and you ain't take care of.
Well, getting
Can I
back
Oh,
to
just
and
say
then
this?
buckwheat.
and what I found
Why
out
was
from someone who actually knows him, a person close to him,
hmm
Grayson, is his daughter's friend's son.
Okay.
what?
So
Okay.
that's not
Okay.
the biological grandchild anyway.
Okay.
From my understanding, he was supposed to been keeping him while she goes to college. So I hope she can get her baby back.
You know how they
So he
go.
trying to take that baby too?
I don't see anything in court about that. I haven't seen anything, but that was just nothing's been filed in court to get custody of him. There was agreement she was going to go to college and he was going to
Mhm.
keep him. So
That's odd too. I mean, it's heartwarming, but it's still a little like
Yeah, he
hmm.
weird. He weird. I don't trust his ass.
I do have a suggestion in regards to his book. He could do. I mean, if he wants that book to sell, he could do an audio book with Miss Bernice Jenkins reading it, or Lil Daryl, and I'm sure it will sell then. That's. I mean, if this is all just he could have saved himself and just went into character and played Bernice Jenkins reading his life story.
Hey, Rich Auntie. Well, as of recent, I was saying the last year, a lot of celebrities have been doing these books, these bio books. So I think it's a trend now, to be honest with you.
Now, see, I always
They
thought
all
Ricky
trying to be
was.
like Obama.
I always thought Ricky was, kind of on the fence. I never really seen him as a man's man
He's a
to
cute
be having
dog,
all
so
these kids and stuff.
Yep, I
Huh?
put that in the chat earlier.
he's a cute dog,
Oh,
so
did you?
they are all
Dog,
man.
Q dogs.
They
Q dogs.
man
What are
holes.
they?
So
Q poodles?
Oh
Q
Lord.
dogs.
I know, but
Pit
are they poodles?
dogs.
Poodles, not pit
No.
bulls, right?
You like Miss Jenkins?
but did you hear about that judge that was removed from the bench? She was making her staff take drugs. She was communicating with the parties ex parte. She
Oh
basically
no,
broke the
ma'am.
law.
I've been out of pocket. I have not heard
Oh, that
anything
was like
about that.
it was a couple of years ago. She was communicating with she told she was the domestic relationship. She told one of the husband to basically fire his lawyer, and she was basically communicating with a fake name on Facebook, telling him how to handle his case. Judges aren't supposed to do that.
Oh
So
my
Oh,
anyway,
God.
that's Ricky's friend. And she
mm-hmm.
was actually his lawyer before she became a judge. She used
you
his
lying.
platforms, his reality show, his radio show to promote her campaign. And she won, and she was a nightmare. And they got her ass off the bench, I want to say maybe a
Good,
couple of years
child.
ago. And I had
Good.
heard a rumor, which I haven't been able to confirm this, that she would help him out with some things. And I don't know how she could have helped him, but I'm really interested. Now looking back at some things that's not looking right, I think it's a possibility, but that I don't know. But you can look her up. Actually, the lead attorney did a long video about her. some years ago. But yeah, that was his friend. They went to high school together. And she was
Mm.
his lawyer before she became a
What's her
judge.
last? You gonna know her name or either just her
Oh,
last
her
name?
name is, dang, I forgot her name. Let me think.
Okay.
Uh
Well, while
dang,
you
was that
thinking, let
woman?
me just say this, Janetta.
Okay.
Hmm.
Um, to me, he played Miss Bernice way better than he played the
Ricky.
Grinch, the
The
thief
Daryl.
Santa Claus on Friday. Yeah. You know, he played Miss Bernice really, really well. And so that's what makes me and he do that every day on the radio, right?
He
And
don't do
so
it
I
every day. Well, actually, let me stop because I don't even listen to that
well he
show
do it,
really.
let's
So I
put it
don't think
like
he do
this.
it
He
every
do it
day.
enough. He do it
He ain't
enough.
done Bernice in years, I don't think. I'm gonna be honest with you on that. I don't think he's like that. I don't. I think
And
he
I
has
respect
some.
your opinion, but I feel like he
Oh
is.
yeah.
He just looked that way to me. And so we have to understand these stars and these high profile people, whatever, you just never know what they're doing and what
Well, I
what
know
trick they
he's
have
not
under their
a
sleeves.
he's not like a nice person. They
Hmm.
had a event here for the mayor. I guess when the mayor won the election, he was there. The Birmingham mayor, Randall. So they had something for Randall, and it was a lady. My friend was telling me she's from another country. She came with a friend, and she wanted a picture with him. And he'll tell you on his radio show he ain't taking no pictures with nobody. Don't ask him for a picture. Like he's real nasty about stuff like that. And he was like,
Hmm.
"No, and this is Randall's event, and if everybody's gonna be lined up to take a picture." I'm like, "Sir, I think she probably the only one that want a picture from you." So he's really not nice and friendly for sure.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask y'all this then, Janetta. Um, isn't he a little bit too old not to really have somebody for him to be so high profile and have a lot of
He don't
kids
want
and stuff?
You
nobody.
talking about have
He a
a woman?
slut
I think
bucket.
he just want to be a
Just have
hoe.
a woman that he put out front.
No, I
That
just
ain't
No,
what
I
he
not
think
to
do.
me.
he
somebody
want to
give
be
him the
a.
side eye, y'all.
Oh
No,
no, I
not
think
to
he
me.
want to be a.
And I think
Because
he,
if you
I think
not
he had
want to
those
be
kids to
settled
hide
down,
his to hide
I think if
the
you
other
don't
way.
want to settle down, you shouldn't. Because look at Nesto. You know what I mean? Just marrying women,
Mm-hmm.
just being with women, just to be with them. If that's not, you can't be with one woman.
Yeah.
You like variety. Don't marry. Don't settle down. Don't waste
He
somebody's
was
time.
what?
Yeah.
How many times has he been married? Because it seemed like it's one time. It's been so long ago. I may have been in high school or something, but it seemed
Right.
like I remember a DV situation involving a marriage that he had. I know
He's
there
only
was
been married once that I know of, that I remember, that can
Mm-hmm.
recall.
mm,
Well,
I
I,
remember
I
it
respect
was
all of
Then
y'all. I
hmm?
respect all of y'all opinion, but I still feel like he that way. But I'm gonna go ahead and
So
digress on it.
I
I'm
just
just
I
saying that I
cannot
don't
remember. It's
think
been
you
so
should settle
long.
down. That's what I said. That's what I'm saying. I
And
don't
it's
think you
probably
should.
been
Ricky
over
is a
30, 25 or
serial.
30 years since that marriage where because I remember hearing about a DV. So if there's truth to that where there's DV, he definitely don't need to be getting married again because maybe he can't control his temper or something. So maybe he's deliberately not putting himself in position in those positions where he know it could be bad. He just gonna because I remember Vicky, weren't you called in the other day basically saying he has sugar babies or whatever, he just gonna deal with you
Yes.
follow his rules. I think that's a safer situation for him. It fits. It
That
really
Yeah.
tracks what we know about him.
but
But
he's
think about it, y'all. Most of the older actors, actresses, or whatever that don't have somebody that they've been with, they just run through them because you, at this point in the game, you just doing you. It's not no we about to settle down and all this other stuff because you don't know who is settling down with you or who's settling down with your money. So you just out here with you. If you gotta have sugar babies, you got sugar babies, and you know what they there for the money. So you here for the money. This is the rules. So,
Well,
and
but
it's
I mean,
how old was this girl when she got pregnant? Because I did hear a rumor that she may have
she
been
was not a
underage.
minor. No,
No,
She
ma'am.
was
she's
not
she's
She was
like
minor.
not a
close to
minor.
40. She's close to 40. So I think that goes back to what Nehemiah was saying. Nehemiah is
Mhm.
pissed and he said a bunch of things that may or may not
Mhm.
be
Mm-hmm.
true. And he just
Yeah.
Yep.
wanted to say something. So I don't really believe everything that Nehemiah was saying. I don't.
I don't
Um
believe that either. I think from my understanding, and this
Mm-hmm.
is again, I'm only getting my family's POV and from what I observe, he is
Yeah,
age
what your
appropriate.
cousin say?
I mean, my cousin is older than me. So, like, I'm 41. So, you think about it, she's like 44. So, he's age appropriate when he dates. I mean, he's dating younger, but not that much younger. Not, I don't think he's in. He likes kids too much. To me, this is my observation. He likes kids too much to even think that way. You know what I mean? I mean, he may joke a little bit, here and there about maybe a young woman might be fine, but he likes, he likes the idea of a woman. He likes a good looking woman, but they're good for one thing and one thing only: having my
Mm.
babies and doing my thing on top of me or me on top of you, and don't talk back.
You
Yeah,
in the
Mm-hmm.
he.
South, in the South with an F, okay? He's still a man in the South with
I
an F.
think he has post PTSD, which that doesn't mean it's going to make him violent or anything like that, but that mixed with the arrogance. Because I know my father-in-law, he was a Vietnam veteran, and he kind of just basically with the women, he got baby mamas, he got them in different area codes, he got all this stuff going on. So a lot of those, they get arrogant. They have these certain uses for people, including women, and they just kind of keep it moving. So that's what it's kind of given to me because Ricky definitely has some issues there because he was shot that
What would he?
time, so he's.
Oh,
Hmm?
from that, I was finna ask you, what would he have PSD from? From
Oh,
being
he was
PTSD from being
shot.
shot?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
got shot, and
Well,
then
Sonya got shot,
recent.
and she don't act like she got P. But let me
It just
just be
it's just it's different for everybody.
Different for
PTSD is
everybody, yeah.
different. Yeah, it's different for everybody. You can't say for one person because I have PTSD, but I don't go around. I'm very considerate of it. It's just going to be a different bad for everybody. But I think he already has some personality issues, and then getting rich, and he
And
think he's
he's
this
ugly
big
too.
man.
He's ugly too, so that could be a factor too.
that part. He actually looked like a bum to me. He always looking all grubby and grimy, and he just
Hey,
don't look right to
snapping
me. I
peas
don't
and
trust him.
shuckling corn.
God forgive me, I
I
shouldn't
like
say
that
that.
name. I saw that name. I like that. She must be
They
from the
remind me
South.
of old times with my grandmother. Hey, hey, ladies. Hey,
I'm sorry,
Glorious.
y'all.
I don't think I spoke to you. I'm just speaking to people now that we got a
I
pause.
just can't believe nothing from a scorned man sometimes can be worse than a scorned woman. And I just can't
Mm-hmm.
believe nothing a man is saying in his bitter moment because his main goal at this moment is to make them look bad, not just her,
Yeah.
but them. So that's why I said it would have in my all
Okay.
my curiosity and nosiness. I wanted to hear her say something, but she ain't. She probably said she ain't gotta say nothing because she don't want to put the
Girl,
people in her business no further than they already up in there. But
Well, she
to
said enough.
me,
That's how we were able to find her through Instagram because I found the name of her daughter, her oldest daughter, and kind of
Mm-hmm.
cross reference when I did my search, and that's how I was
Uh-huh.
able to find out which father was which.
Okay.
Hmm.
I
Okay.
do have
yeah,
a
but see,
question
you an
about.
investigator, Janetta. Though you deal in information. When people deal in information, what you just said is foreign to other people because when you deal in information, that's one way of getting it, but you also have several other ways too. I bet you, because I know I do. I know you do too, because I learned some of the stuff I learned mostly from attorneys. So I know you got some more ways. But see, when you deal in information, it's different because you have more information than most people that's listening to this and just saying, "Oh, what are you she hurt my feelings. She took my kids. Cause at this moment, that man attached to them babies, like I keep saying, I feel like he's just so attached to them babies that this is what's happening to him. Like it's almost like he didn't want to pay child support and all that other stuff, but he also didn't want his kids snatched out from up under him. And now they look like they live in La Vida Loca over there, and he
They
don't
in
have his
Disney now.
babies.
They at Disney
Right,
now. Sir, did you take them
right,
kids to Disney? Because damn Ricky did. Okay.
right.
Vicky, you say you had a question?
Okay, if I want to make sure I understand, and y'all and Janetta, I did hear you say something. So, like all her kids, it was kind of a question about who the daddy was.
No, I don't think it was a question about who all the daddy were. It's a question about who the twins' daddy was clearly.
Oh,
But the
oh,
oldest child, her last name is Singleton.
uh-huh.
So I can't remember the father's first name, but this Singleton gentleman, he wasn't paying child support. So she filed the
Okay,
case against him. So his case wasn't to establish paternity, it was to get child support that he wasn't paying. So the twins'
okay.
case is going to be a combination of both established paternity and get child support. So this was she was trying to get child support from both of them.
Okay, real quick. He has issues. He may be on the spectrum. He seems a bit off sometimes. So
He
that
does
could
have
be what
ADHD.
I said. See, you know?
He does have ADHD, AD, or I think it's, I don't know if it's
ADD.
hyperactive. I mean, he may not be hyperactive, but
He
yeah,
has
he basically.
ADHD.
He
You
has
think he's
it
Yeah,
based
I
on
don't know
hyperactive?
what
different
he got. I
people.
know he got something though,
Yeah,
and
he has ADHD.
Okay, because
yeah, I don't know what it
Actually,
is.
matter of
But
fact,
like
most of those
saying,
comedians do. I know Chris
right?
Rock is on. He came out and said he was on the
oh,
spectrum, so a lot of them they are.
Chris
Yeah.
Rock is
Well,
definitely
I wanted to
hyperactive.
ask
Yeah,
Shan. I wanted to ask Shan. So Shan, if 50 Cent came out and said something about him, if he know anything, you won't believe him because I believe 50 Cent when he be talking.
No,
I don't.
50
I
Cent is
don't
a
believe
sworn
50.
person too.
50 be lying. 50 be
And you
lying
know
so
he was
fast.
power 10 times. He was power 10 times too, so
50 will
he
put
ain't rock
10,
type.
put 20 on 10 in a minute. 50 will put 20 on 10 in a minute. And
He a
you can
troll.
only believe a third of what 50 say. So I'm
He a
just gonna wipe
troll.
it all out and say I don't believe you. Period. You gotta show me. Now when he showed me some of the stuff that he be talking about, okay, like but when he always putting 50 on 10. So I just with 50 I can't. I can't. I just can't. He
50
just
speaks in met.
always
He
Sherry.
speaks in metaphors
Okay,
too
but I
much for
like
me.
50. I like 50. He messy, but I like him.
I don't like him because I don't like how he did his son. I don't care if the baby mama did was trying to be
right.
scandalous and whatnot.
Yeah. He could have
Um,
got custody of his son like a
What he
lot of
do
those
to his son?
celebrities do.
What
oh
he do
He
girl,
to his son?
basically disowned him. He basically disowns his older son
his
because
identical twin. That's his
yeah.
twin.
And I didn't like how that house burnt down because I swear he burnt that house down.
Yes,
Okay, I'm gonna
I
have to
don't like.
investigate that to see.
I don't like him because he just he is a messy queen. Let me just put it out there. He really is, and um I don't like how he keeps bringing up Vivica Fox. She just got over you after 25 something years. Stop bringing her name up.
Yeah, and
Vicky,
Tierra
you so
Marie, I
funny.
was gonna say, poor Tierra Marie, baby, please get this damn
I know he
money.
just drug
Oh,
her
he did her so
to the bottom
wrong.
of the pits of the HE double hockey sticks.
Okay, everybody knows. Well, it's rumored. Tierra has kind of. She was like kind of a young. They did her wrong. Let's just put it that way. When she
Yeah.
was probably a minor. And she may have said something bad, but then he just immediately took it to the left and sued her. You know that girl is broke because Tierra was supposed to be where Rihanna is, but Tierra,
He
I don't
sued her
know.
because she was broke. And see, that's why I don't like him.
I
Because
know
you knew she had no money when you sued her. But you sued her because you knew she was broke and you knew you was going to be able to do this because this is what he does. And to me, that's something wrong. He got a fruit screws loose because he does this
Oh,
on a
he really
regular.
does.
And it's like, what do you get out of this? Like, and then when I found out stuff about his
Hmm.
son, I'm like, bruh, like you ain't take care of your kid. Like,
And
come on now.
I get that he's grown, but you put your kid in between something that you had going on with his mom, which that's not his fault, you know. And then you did put
Right.
him up in the house, but you got mad because the baby mama moved the man in. I understand all that, but then mysteriously the house, burned down. It's like, come on, sir.
Yeah, you supposed to set your kids up to win, and especially when you are a star or you in a place like that, it's certain things that your kids not gonna be able to get on their own because of who you
Come
are.
on,
And
Glorious.
50 just always he just troll everybody, and he 50 take petty to like a whole new
A
level, and
whole new level,
Hmm.
baby.
I don't
I
mind a
know, but
little
I still
petty,
like
but
him,
he take
y'all.
it to a whole new level. I can't stand
You
him.
can like him.
I
I
still
can't
like him.
like a man that would do that to his kid. And I mean, he hates
Yeah.
that kid,
I mean,
and it's not his fault.
with the passion, he's mad because the kid turned against him because of the
Yeah,
whatever the if
after that he burnt that house down. I'm sure they know he did it. And yeah, I'm homeless. And then
and,
you didn't burn down the house and want custody of me. You like, damn, bam, you stay with your mama.
and then
Hey, Miss Selena.
he like with the kid with his son. I think it's Marquise.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, you could have went and got custody of him if the baby mama said that she
Right.
was struggling. Okay, you could have went and got custody of him and said, you know what, you can't. If you're saying you can't afford him, I can. But then he started showboating his light skin
Yep.
um baby
Absolutely.
more than him, and he was he
Mhm.
basically said, I don't have an older son, I have one
Yeah.
son. I don't like that. I mean, if you're having issues with your kid, you don't just go out and just dog him out. And he was still a minor, and
Yeah,
then
then he started trolling his own son that wasn't even in
Yep.
the media. I'm like,
and
good
got
Yep.
God.
he got mad when his son took a picture of a took a picture with the enemy, with the son of his enemy. It's like, well, kids are gonna do that because he's looking for attention, obviously.
And if we're not talking, why does that matter? If you have nothing to do with me, leave me alone. Like, and it's a kid. That's the problem. My problem with it all is the kid of it all. Y'all know I'm always going up for the kids because parents treat kids bold as kids and then expect them to fall in line. But you already done treated me bold. Now you want me to fall in line. Come on now. Like you done already dogged me out, but you want me to now all of a sudden forget all that. And it's nasty work how parents think, some parents, those types of parents, forget what they do to you and then want you to just fall in line and now just because you're my parent type stuff. I don't like that. That's what always brings it back to our old home girl, old Shirley Strawberry, because she's lucky Sheridan is allowing her to be in her and her kids' life right now, considering all the stuff that she's done and said. Because at the end of the day, I hold a grudge. I don't know that I could have been back hanging with you like that. I don't know
Let me say
that
something about this
after all
video.
that.
Let me say something about this video that I watched. With Nesto and Buckwheat and
Oh,
Little
she
Scooter.
had to go back. She missed the live, so she went back and watched the
Yeah, I had
video
to go back. I had to go back
in
and watch it.
members.
And so he was so not interested in that damn conversation that she was having. And so, and he was so not, and he was so not believing nothing that she was saying. It was just like when she was talking, it was like wonk, 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 wonk. And he's like, I can't say nothing. I can't say nothing. I ain't got nothing to say about nothing. I'm gonna just let you talk, and then you can feel however you want to feel. But I ain't got nothing to say about nothing. Because, the lawyer done told him, you better stop talking about them folks, the prosecution, because you already done pissed them off. You already in hot water. And so you better, you better close your mouth. And if your woman wants to talk and you want to let her talk and you want to have a conversation with her, fine, go ahead and do that. But you don't say shit about nothing. And and she acted like she couldn't take the hint. He kept trying to tell her, well, I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to talk about that. Yeah, and then Trump so and so, and Trump don't care about this. And girl, you act like you just know Agent Orange, like y'all met and like y'all buddies and friends, and you don't know what that man believe. And really, he don't believe in nothing. All he believe in is dollar signs. That's the only thing that he believes in. But you could just tell that Buckwheat did not want to have that conversation with her. He really, to me, he was looking like this is a wasted time. This is just wasted time, and I'm sitting up here dealing with her, and she just talking all out the side of her neck, and I'm so not interested in nothing this girl is saying, and it gives you the appearance of, I know she's lying about everything that she's saying. And the things that she's not lying about, she don't even know what she's talking about. Because he kept telling her, well, you can't say that there, or no, that ain't true. He kept trying to,
Hmm.
correct her or whatever. And she just kept on going on and on and on. And still, I don't know what it is about her and eye contact and having a conversation with somebody, because I was always taught, if you're going to have a conversation with somebody, you look them straight in the eye. You don't be looking all around the room, all on the damn floor. And like, what is her problem? Why she can't look that man in the eye when she's talking to him?
Well,
Because
for
she knows
one,
she's
Lady
she
lying.
T.
can't look him in the eye
Let,
because she's supposed to be looking in a TV monitor. They're not actually able to see themselves face to face. But she's not looking in a monitor either. But they can't see
Okay.
each other. They have to look, like a video. It's a video call.
Lady T, Lady T, can I
Yes,
say
Glory. Okay,
real
Glorious
quick?
came up here to
It,
talk about 50 Cent.
Hey,
you know I'm
Glorious.
look, hey, look,
Here
I
come my
just come up
friend.
here for a second. Yeah, there you go. I come up here for a second and then drop down. I was laughing, but I'm saying not too much on 50 now. Not too much.
You can
Not too
come
much
up
on
here and
50.
join. I said what I said. I don't like people that mistreat kids. I can't do it.
I don't like
Ricky
people that
back.
I don't want him to mistreat his son either, but I still like him though. You know, we never know
Yeah,
what the mother told. You never know what the
Yeah,
dynamic
I
is, and
can't.
like,
Yeah, I'm
wait a
not a
minute,
person that can
hey,
separate the person
hey,
from the
listen,
child.
y'all. I'm finna quote Lil Scooter. You only got one side of the
but
story.
but you don't. But the side of that,
I've
there's
never
another
heard
side
the
of that.
mama speak. I've only heard 50 Cent
Well, I've heard her
troll
speak
them.
too. I heard her speak too, but the thing is another side of that. He took care of them up
Yes,
until the child was grown. But
he
then when
paid
she,
child support. Yeah, he did pay child
yeah,
support.
yeah, but then he said he warned her that, listen, once the child is grown, I'm gonna stop. You're gonna stop getting the money. You need to do something on your own. You
Yeah,
need to do
I don't
something
have
that be
nothing to
supporting.
say about the mom. My only thing is about the kid because again,
Right.
he's a
Well,
child in the middle
he a
of
grown.
the adults.
He took the kid when the kid was little. I mean, when the kid was not grown. When he was grown, he stopped taking care of him. So I mean,
No,
but I
he
get it.
cut him off. You know, he cut his son off. He was trolling his son, and he was bragging about, when he turned 18.
Right.
He had no contact with his son. He's only been seen, like Vicky said, with the light skinned kid that's on there. He basically, because of the situation with the mom and not burning down the house that I believe he did, he cut the son off then, and he just paid child support. Which,
Okay. Well,
again, the
touche.
kid had no control over that.
Touche. I mean, I don't know the dynamics of the relationship other than I heard that he took care of his son,
Yeah, he
by
did pay
child
child
support,
support.
by child support until he was grown. So but I don't know the dynamics of that. But what I do, somebody said something about Diddy. I mean, not Diddy. 50 can be a little petty, but see, you know what? I'm here for it. I'm to be honest with you, because I guess I have a similar personality, because I'm kind of here for it, and I know that 50 is a New Yorker, and my God rest his soul, my husband was a New Yorker, and I'm telling you, New Yorkers gonna be ready for it. I mean, if you gonna mess with them, they gonna go toe to toe with you and hurt your feelings, and they will
But your
hurt your
kid
feelings.
though,
Yeah,
but your
I'm only
kid though,
speaking about the
Glorious.
kid. I'm not speaking about
I
no
get it.
adults.
I get it. I
Yeah,
just
because the
I
kid, the relationship with the kid, Glorious, that's what we was pretty
I
much
get it. I
we
get.
I'm here for the petty too, and it's funny to a point. 50 get okay, 50. Damn, you ain't done with that. Okay, but
He will never be
when
done.
he,
He'll never be done. He'll never be done. Or whoever
but
he
see,
has it.
my issue with him was you don't. For me as a mother, I'm not gonna cut off a relationship with my child and just pay child support unless there's an issue between me and the child, not the
That's the way.
child's
Yeah.
mother, or as a minor you are forced to spend that parenting time. He just didn't want it. He got enough money to he could have spent time and he could have been there for his kid. That's what
Well,
I got
I
a
heard.
problem. I
I
got a
heard that
problem
he
with
was
him.
in his
I got
son's
a
life.
problem with Dwayne Wade. Because
I,
what she just said, it
I
was
just told her when
Google it. That's
yeah,
out
it was
there.
over. It was over, and he was
It's out
trolling
there. And
them,
he,
saying he could
yeah,
not wait
to
yeah.
stop
Well,
to
paying that
get rid of
money
them.
because he really gonna cut him off. He ain't never gonna talk to. At that point, he said he's never gonna talk to him again ever in life. He did,
Hmm.
and I want to say he said he did to me too, because I at that point I was like, "Shoot, for real, 50?" Like, because I believe that
I
was that.
when I watched the
Do you
documentary,
remember that?
I thought it was that. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it was that his son disrespected him first, and that's when he said that his son said you did to me. That's why. And then 50 said the same thing. But I thought that's what the case is. But I could be wrong. I could be wrong, and I'll stand corrected. Then I don't like the
Yeah, he
child
trolled
thing
it.
either.
I think he tried to do some revenge porn or some. Oh, excuse me, porn on the mom. It was a lot going on with that situation, and I don't
Now,
agree with her moving no men in that house. I did not agree with that. But
now I will say this: the baby mama didn't move smart. She did not move like, she moved kind of petty like, and I understand, after the house got burned down, and it was suspicious and whatnot. I understand. I understand her being bitter, and she broke up with him, and now he's successful and he's moving forward, and she probably, it probably would have had the same outcome. But if your child is disrespecting you and said, "Well, my dad is dead to me," and you know that the baby mama is probably the one putting that poison in his
Right.
head,
Hmm. Hmm.
you have an obligation to that child because that little boy was up all up in the videos with him. I mean, he's his
And
He
then up
twin.
was.
until he was about 10 years old, and that's
Uh,
why you know that that was not true. I think it escalated after 50 started trolling them, and that's when it became like that back and forth banner. But before that, he was still just a kid.
Yeah, and so you have an obligation as a father. Step in, go to the court, and say, look, I need this time for me to get like more custody because from what I'm hearing from my son, I don't know what's going on in that house. I want, we need to split custody, like 6 months with me, 6 months with her. We'll see what the difference is. He had the money to be able to do that. I know the courts look towards the mother first, but as ruthless as he is, he could have got custody of that child and had a little more input in regards to his attitude towards him. But he did none of that. He just was like, well, he handled it like a straight New Yorker, like he was a ninja in the streets. Well,
yes.
you don't
Yeah.
you well f me, f you too, little
I'm not
boy.
They
gonna
so
blame
they
the New
so
York
cutthroat.
people for
They're so
that
cutthroat.
because I don't. It wasn't you did that to me, I'm gonna do that to you. Because he didn't say that. If y'all go back and look that up, he didn't say that 50 was D to him until he was almost an adult. We talking
Uh,
about stuff that started
when he
when
was
he
two.
was a young child.
Yeah,
So that's the thing for me. Like there's something that happened in between 10 and 18 when he said that.
yeah,
So
Hmm.
yeah.
what happened in between 10 and 18 when he said what he said? So
That's
there's
true.
something in between 10 and 18 that
That's what I'm
happened.
that's what I'm
And yeah,
saying. Like,
but that's what I'm
he has an
saying. Like,
obligation towards his son to, like, okay,
Yeah.
why are you feeling this way towards me? If it's your mother, then I need to go to court to get more time with my child, so he can know me, and not just not the part time, the idea of what his mother tells him about me, or
Yeah,
the happy times when we go to Disneyland or go to the amusement parks or whatever. You need to know me. I'm getting up, I'm cooking breakfast for you. I'm showing you how to, showing you how to shine your shoes. I'm showing you how, just things that will make you a man. But kind of like what Rickey Smiley is doing. Like, I mean, I understand Rick. I'm went hard on Ricky. He doesn't seem like a nice person, but he does seem like a good father.
yeah.
yeah, because that's the whole thing. Like 50
Mm-hmm.
smart, he a genius businessman and all that. But when it comes to being a daddy to that child, you dropped the ball. You didn't with this new one, but with that one, you dropped the ball because this girl kissing the ring, so you good. But with the other baby mama, because the baby mama ain't kissing the ring, my kid not gonna suffer.
Oh
But you
no, no,
know,
Not the
no.
little sex worker, not the little sex worker.
Oh yeah, that one. Yes, he don't mess with that little boy anymore either.
well, I don't
The,
follow him no more, so I don't know what he doing now. After the whole that son issue, I've stopped paying 50 much attention unless he out big
He
time
was
trolling
giving
people.
Lamont pork chop.
Yeah.
when the baby mama got named in the Diddy lawsuit, and
Yeah,
he supposedly
Oh, I heard that.
she's a sex worker, and he of course, he what did he do? He went on a 50 Twitter rant or Instagram rant.
Yeah, I saw that.
Hey, you little ex worker, you.
yeah, yeah.
Man,
Glorious, are you done? We kind of
I'm
cut you
sorry,
off.
I'm
I'm
done.
sorry, Glorious.
I
She
know.
got to
I'll
get
be.
her
I'll,
thoughts out now.
yeah, yeah. Then I always drop down. But yeah, I'm done. I guess I'm gonna have to side eye him a little bit now too, because I wasn't really aware
That's
of
the only
the
reason.
total.
Now, I don't care about the adults. Now, the
Right,
kids,
yeah.
that's
It
it.
was
Other than
bold
that,
what he did
Well,
to
which
Tierra
one of
Marie,
them
but I
was messing?
laughed on all of
what you said, I
Which
said what I said. Is
which
I
one
said what
of
I said?
them? Which one of them was messing with Puffy that he was mad about? The baby. Which
the
one of the
new
baby
baby.
mamas?
The
The
new
new
one.
baby
Like,
mama. Okay.
yeah,
I just, I don't like nobody to do anything to kids, and I do feel like you should be the parent and the bigger person, when it comes to your kid. But I'm just saying, guys, a lot of times you never know what these baby mamas are telling these kids, and if these kids gonna be disrespectful to you, and if he already petty and got some issues that he haven't went to therapy with, I mean, what y'all expect him to do? Because he
What
got
she
I
some
don't
said.
issues
expect
I
too.
him to
said
get.
what I
I
said.
don't expect him to get on the internet and drag his son. I
Right.
expect for him to try because the reason that he's getting the results from his son, it has nothing to do with his baby mama. It's the things that he's publicly said and did to them, which is why his son doesn't want to deal with him, and both of them wrong. And to me, that's why I said both of them are wrong, because she was living off the money. Now he's 18, and I guess he can go get a job at McDonald's, or get student loans and go to college, or whatever. But
And the thing to that, Lady T Bug, how safe is it for 50 Cent's son, regardless of what their relationship is, to work at McDonald's? Because somebody with a gripe against that man could say, yeah, I know y'all don't get along, but I'm going to hurt you to hurt him. So people never even take those aspects into consideration, because a lot of times, and for me, 18 ain't grown. 18 is just the age they just set on where I don't have to. I'm not legally obligated. But at 18, a lot of these kids don't ain't able to run nothing, to help nothing out, to be responsible for nothing. Because I'll tell you like this, at 18, I was in the military, and that structure did a lot for me, because before that structure was like, where? You know
mhm.
what I'm saying? So that pretty much, that structure helped me to become where I am now, because only structure I had before that was when I would go over to my grandma's house and she would take me to church and different things, being around her, my grandparents. Other than that, I was doing me. So having that little piece of structure helped out a lot. Whereas everybody don't get that. So at 18, you see a lot of people take hits and do things that ruin the rest of their lives. And most people don't realize that, oh, because you grown. No, you're 18. 18, what 18, what was a lot of us doing? Because I know I was making no good decisions at all. And that decision to go to the military really wasn't mine. It was kind of like, look at that. You should be doing that or something. And I was like, yeah, get away from you. I'll go.
Oh
Yeah,
my
he
And that's
God.
was.
how that went down.
Yeah, Miss
Well, let me
Selena. I
just say this
remember he
though.
was dating Chelsea. Chelsea, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay, so on his movie, because this is where the sympathy come in for 50 cents for me. On the
Okay.
movie, I don't know how much of it is true. And
Yeah, I haven't watched it.
get rich die trying, I don't know how much of that movie is true, but his mom left him with with his grandmother, with all the uncles and stuff, and they all treated, he basically, if it's a true story, he basically was uh not treated right. I'm trying to say the right word so that the video won't get struck. But
Uh-huh.
they did him bad. They did him bad. When he grew up with all of his uncles in the house, and he was like saying, like, a lot of times he didn't really even have nothing to eat. They was wearing his shoes. It was basically like he was almost homeless, and all they provided for him was a roof over his head, basically. So, and like I said, I don't know how much of that is true and how much of that is false. But if that's the case, I can still understand how he would feel some animosity towards anybody that has a negative attitude towards him. And I really feel like that's why he got that, messed up attitude. And like Vicky said, he did, mess with Vivica Fox. He did never let that lady, live that down for whatever.
That's what I don't that part.
Yeah,
Like
for whatever. Yeah.
he
He
let
never let
Chelsea
her live
Handler.
that down for that relationship that they had. He never did let her live that down. But I understand why he did what he did. Now, like I said, regardless of how he was raised, even if you were raised that way, yeah, you should try to change the trajectory, and not, keep making the same old mistakes, as far as breaking the cycle in your
We also have
family
to
life.
remember too.
I think he
Uh,
sued his granddaddy too.
you also have to remember too. 50 is he's the hitter. He's a former hitter.
Is he really? I thought that was a lie.
Yes. No, he is. I mean, he was really out there. Like
Oh, okay.
he. I mean, and he'll still get busy if he needs to. So he's got like a really cold demeanor. I mean, his mother. I don't know anything about his father, but his mother passed away very young. So he was raised by his grandparents, but he's just got so much. He does have a lot of pain, and I guess because he persevered through it. And his son is almost 30 now. I guess he doesn't feel anything. He's like, whatever. I mean, I was able to overcome it by being ruthless, cutthroat, and doing whatever I had to do, you should learn the same, and but I just think my personal feelings,
Mhm.
if he felt so like that
I agree with you.
his mom, his baby mama was doing so much, and she was kind of out there, like, if I'm not mistaken, she was kind of doing stuff with Rick Ross, like
Yeah,
putting
because
video,
you know
yeah,
they switched up. Somebody said something about Tia Kemp earlier. You know they switched up. Tia Kemp jumped on 50 Cent side,
right,
and his baby mama dropped on Rick
yes.
Ross side, but it was still not, no fault of the kid.
If you felt like that it was so bad, go get your son. Go. I mean, you got all this money now. Instead of buying a chain, drop it on a lawyer. Get your son. You don't think that your son's being raised in a good environment? Go get him. Like, fight to get him. It may sound cold, but she don't have the money, so go get him. If you feel like you can do a better job, and you would have done a better job, better more so than her, and it's probably has made his son a little bit entitled and bitter too. He's carrying on. It's that generational curse. So
Mm-hmm.
that's just my opinion. But yeah, I forgot that 50 used to be a hitter. Like, dude is he's always been cutthroat. And
Yeah,
those are
but
the
it's
kinds.
different when it comes to your own seed, though, Vicky.
Oh no, I know.
I consider myself to be very. I'm a very walk the line type of person, and I don't play with a lot of stuff. I don't play with a lot of stuff, but when it come to my kids, they kind of get me sometimes. You know what I'm saying? But there's no way that I would leave my kid. And it may be a difference in the male and female thing, but for me, I want my kids to grow up differently than
Ooh,
I did. I don't want my kids to struggle like I had to struggle. I don't want my kids to be hungry if I had to be hungry. I don't want my kids to get treated bad if
yeah,
I got treated bad. So I mean,
I'm with you.
is
I'm with you. But I want to, what Rich Auntie spoke about, and y'all talked about Chelsea Handler. He let Chelsea Handler call him all kinds of racist names. When he Sierra was still calling him, and Sierra, I get he from what she said, Sierra was still trying to get back with him, and it was a long big thing, and she like was like, I don't want to deal with this. And her Crypt Keeper looking behind, she's like, I don't want to deal with this, and started calling him names, and he just accepted it. But yet he can dog Vivica Fox out. I know Vivica was crazy, but you let this clear person call you all these kinds of derogatory names
really.
yes, girl, and she admits it. She admits it.
Hey,
Like,
Mr. CLC, go ahead, Vic.
yeah, she completely admits it. She's like, yeah, probably call him the worst names that you can call a black man,
Oh
and just
Lord.
laughs about it. And he still says, yeah, I still love her. So he likes a certain amount of being
That's
treated
why
wrong
Angela.
too.
That's why he had Angela up there on power, huh?
And maybe that's all he know, maybe that's all he know is to get treated bad because of the way that he was raised. And is Chelsea his girlfriend, or she just somebody he know? What, were
That
they
was
in a
his
relationship?
Chel-
girlfriend.
she was his girlfriend, Chelsea Handler. That was his
Yeah, that was
boo.
his woman. Okay.
Yeah, that was his boo thing. They were going around, and like, she was proud that I'm dating this black guy.
Oh yes, he did dog Olivia, this
Oh
artist,
yeah,
yeah.
he did dog her. Yeah, like, I mean, it just
And I,
he has.
but I hold on a sec, Vicky. I wonder, do Chelsea have anything to do? Do she have any ties to stars? Because a lot of times people will let you do things to them for the money,
You know who
and
Chelsea is. She's
I know
look
who,
her up.
yeah, I know
Oh,
who
oh,
she is, but I'm just saying, I wonder, do she have a relationship with whoever make the decisions for stars? Because you
oh no, that
remember
was before. Yeah, that was
that
before
was
then.
before stars. Okay.
He accepts it from, yeah, yep.
She was I think she's kind of we oh Lady T Bug, real quick, just quick interjection. We have to discuss this Fox lawsuit. Okay, back to what the regular scheduled programming.
Okay.
Um, Chelsea was dating, from my understanding, like somebody, one of the higher execs up at E or something, or she was dating some sort of executive at a network station, and that was her real boo. So I don't know if he thought that playing the game and you know putting up with all this being the do boy or being a good old house Negro would play in his favor. But he put up with crap like just disrespect from her. And all Vivica, yeah, she crazy. She probably is crazy. And Sierra probably, she had some bad choices before Russell. Thank God she finally came to her senses after having that little boy, and was like, "Thank you, Jesus. Please send me a good man," and he did. Um, but I don't know. I don't understand that part. Like you dog out these other women, including your artists. I mean, he dogs out his friends. He dogged out um, what's no guy, Lloyd Banks. Said, Lloyd is
Oh,
lazy.
and
Young Buck. Oh, he did Young
Young
Buck
Buck.
so dirty.
Oh my
I
God,
mean,
he like the trans person on Young Buck. So,
Buck is a little cuckoo, and he was on that stuff. But
remember
he
when
had
Buck had on the fork and at the award show? Remember
uh
Buck had I sent it to him. I'll find it.
okay. But yeah, he's a cold. It's like he almost hates black people, but he'll accept this from because he was very giving and like
Tony
kind.
Yayo.
Yayo, yeah, Tony Yayo. Well, they're back on better terms because Tony Yayo gets in line. He knows where the bread is buttered. Tony Yayo stopped doing Vlad interviews because 50 said, "I'll pay you more if you stop interviewing with Vlad."
Please.
Yeah. Start your own podcast and I'll pay you for that. And he's a great businessman when it comes to ideas and whatnot. But he is just cutthroat. He's awful. I mean, I shouldn't say he's well, yeah, he's awful. Sorry, I'm gonna stick with my opinion. He's awful.
Coonery and buffoonery. Thank you, B. Williams. Y'all cut it up. So what y'all got to say about Nesto now? Because y'all know we can't get off here without talking about me.
Yeah,
Don't
because
stop
he's the
disrespecting
subject.
him.
He's the head honcho. He's the subject. He's whatever, he's the man. I already said what I had to say about him, but like
It
I said,
wasn't
he
too
was.
much new.
Yeah, it wasn't really too much new, and like I said, he had really nothing to say to Little Scooter. He just kind of let her ramble, and she rambled so much she had to ramble to the end of the call because I was like, girl, shut the f up. Good God
It
Almighty,
hung
you
up
get on
on
my
her.
nerves. She get on
It
my
hung
nerve.
up on her.
Yeah, I'm just, I am so over her. That's why come I haven't really did. I'm not gonna do, I do not like covering her at all because I don't feel like she really the story. I feel like Shirley is way more important and way more the story than what the little Scooter is trying to be. The Scooter trying to get in where she fit in. And just let me say something else about 50 Cent. Whenever you do people bad or whatever, especially even man or woman, you go around, you be ruthless and you treat everybody bad. It's always going to be that one person that'll get your heart and that'll treat you bad in turn. And
Okay.
so yeah, and so that's probably what's going on with him and these clear women. um yeah, he dogged black people out or what have you, but when it comes to the clear women, it's a whole totally different story. And it's like he kind of, from what you guys are saying, it looked like he kind of bowed down to him because he know who holds the purse strings, who got all the power. Because even if they don't have money or whatever, how they all stick together. They're not like us. They're not gonna give their opinion and try to get
They're
on the
not
side
like
of right
us.
or what have you. Yeah, they're not like us at all, Drake. And so,
I
I only
cannot.
know that song because of Vicky. I only know that because of Vicky. Vicky's teaching me this rap stuff. But that's what I have to say about that. A lot of times when you dog people out or what have you, and it's just like buckwheat. Look at all the women that he demoralized and dogged out and took advantage of. And now you got this one little chickadee, I'm gonna just call her a chickadee, that can
Hmm.
just, that's doing the same thing to him. He scammed everybody, and she actually scammed him for fame and fortune because he don't have any money for her to get, but she did get recognition on his back.
Hmm.
She got the wrong kind of recognition because I mean, at first she was doing club promotion. Like I guess she was like, popping up at the club, but that club got shut down. Um, it's just there's only a few pieces that I really want to cover from her because I'm with you. I can't. She's so irritating, and now I don't know if it's being malnourished or what,
I agree.
but she's so like she can't figure out anything to talk about that's positive. At least like sure,
The
I
90s.
with the 90s, I go back. I've been going back and listening to 2022 calls, even early 2023 calls
Mhm.
with Shirley,
Mhm.
because they've kind of been like as I've been going back, the older ones come pop up in my suggestions, and I'm like, well, damn, the contrast is so different. I mean, there's such a big difference. He gets
Mhm.
on the phone with. I mean, at first, like, Sonya was talking about the business, and then Shirley, she was kind of sad, but she's like, you know what? I'm grown. I can deal with this. I am sad that all of this is happening. We were thinking that Shirley was so pitiful, but she was really just kind of going through the motions of acceptance of, I have to accept what's going on, and I have to move forward. And it took her some time. Like, there's a lot of us who would probably take the same amount of time. We just won't admit it. But then there's some of us who would just be like, this, he ain't getting out anytime soon. It's been 6 months. I got to get on it. And
No,
y-
it's been 3 days, so I gotta go.
well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, there's some of us who were just jump to it, and some of us we may say that we're gonna jump to it, but in actuality, I mean, you don't have to tell your friends or anything. In actuality, you probably would stick by him a little bit longer. I mean, I'm just going back and having so much more perspective now. Um, Sonia is just miserable. Like she talked about
She
this,
is.
even with
But
these
hold on,
businesses.
Vicky. He's the one who made her the coach. I
Oh, I
think you
know.
guys,
I'm not.
I feel like everybody forget that point because remember she was just vying for the position. And she kept telling him, I know you want your wife. I know you want your wife. He was the one. Now, them folks ain't thinking about me. And them folks gonna bury me. And them folks gonna be all right. And you the coach, you the one. He hyped her up
Yeah, he
for this
did.
position. And she
Mhm.
just played the position. But he's the one who put her in this position. And so you're saying the same thing that I said last night. We're going back and we're listening to these calls because we know we have a better perspective of what was really going on.
Right.
And Lady T Bug said I was gonna have a chance to defend myself. So,
Oh, yes,
I'm
yes,
gonna
yes.
let
You
you
yeah, because I
finish.
did talk
Yeah, I'm gonna
about you,
let
and
you
Elle said
finish
she
and
gonna catch
then
the replay.
I'm gonna let you finish and then I'm gonna defend myself.
Yes, yes, yes.
Go ahead, Vic.
No, what I was saying is like I know I get it. He was this, and this is what he deserves. This is exactly what he deserves because these are the choices that he made. He looked so low on his wife and was so envious and jealous hearted of who she was, what she stood for. He just wanted her money and control over her, and it's absolutely it's hilarious. It's sad. I mean, it's a bundle of emotions. But what I really found interest in is that early 2023, from the 31st, actually 31st of December 2022. That whole month of January, or probably those first 2 weeks, 3 weeks, he had Sonya busting her hump trying to get Crail, and Sonya flipped it on him so bad that Nessa was really trying to work a deal. With Crail, he was trying to figure out, like, he asking her those simple questions. Is the man willing to work? Is he going to be able to work with the other people? And she's like, well, we're going to take it to the box. We're going to do this. We're not, it's not guilty because they lying. And that's all because he said, he convinced her or told her none of this is true. He had her just consumed with none of this is true. All of these women, I was in a relationship with them. They're mad, and she's so vindictive that she was just trying to get these women and like just get back at these women for being with her man oh, you was with her when you told me this. That was her mission. This was all a game to her to get push all these women out of the way, or get these women to be humiliated in the courtroom. That she screwed up his whole plan, because this fool wanted a deal. He wanted something he could plead out to, and he didn't want to talk to his own attorney himself because he's stupid.
Mhm. Mhm.
That's the
I
part that
agree with
just,
you.
huh?
I said I agree with you.
That that's the part that
Everything done got out of control now. Vic and Seven said Shan dropped down, Janetta dropped down, and Glorious dropped
oh,
down.
okay.
But I think like things got. I think at first he was coasting because he just knew every day, right? He was going to get out, so he really wasn't taking this as seriously in the beginning. And then all of a sudden, boom, you get hit with 4 charges, 5 charges. You know, all these charges back to back, and now it's out of control for him. You know.
Right, and it's,
And he's a liar. Okay.
And he's
yeah,
still in jail. He going on birthday number 3, still locked up, and nothing has
It
changed.
is.
No, nothing has changed. Little Scooter still talking shit. Shirley still ain't around, and he's still locked up. So he see, there's nothing has changed, and now he has new lawyers that can actually finally get through to him and talk to him and make him just tune Little Scooter out. Because I'm pretty sure Sean done told him, hey, this lady is burying you. Like your son said, they're going to baptize you. This lady is putting you in the water. You're wading in the water, dealing with your girl. And so you can listen to your girl if you want to, but I'm the one who got the law degree.
right. And I think I went back and listened to the hearing, with Officer Fields or Detective Fields, and with from Pam,
Which one? Oh, okay, yeah, because you
from
never look you because when
I
you
I
said I hadn't watched it, so you didn't know a lot
I
of things
was
that we were talking
I
about.
was kind
Got
of skimming through it, so I kind of fell asleep on some of it, and then
you.
it was playing in my ears. I was asleep, so I did hear Pam say, like half asleep, that Sean has a hit. He does have a record of doing high profile, like M
Yeah.
cases, so he
Oh,
knows what he's doing. I mean, but he may not do like Rico. That may not be his specialty, but Sean he knows what he's doing. And to
yeah,
have
and
this,
I think people do get mixed up. Sorry, Vicky, is that they're not in court yet, so he's not arguing the case like like we were with YSL. He's getting to that point, and he's just filing motions right now. He's trying to protect Nesto, information from getting out here, getting to the witnesses and this jury. And I'm putting my quotes up, y'all can't see me. That's really what he's doing right now, which we did see a lot of that in YSL.
And
He's not
where your
arguing
banner
the
at,
case
Lady
yet.
T-Bug? Lady T-Bug, where's your banner?
Oh, well, I
I don't
got my
see
copyright
anything.
right there, but I can put my banner up there. Boop.
Well, I just wanted to say, I told y'all so about Shirley. I told y'all she wasn't as dumb as y'all thought she was. And I told y'all Shirley was working for the ops, and I
She
still
just
feel
wanted
that
to defend herself, y'all.
way. That part. And I don't know what else Sid has said about me. However, I always said, you guys go back and listen to that call. I think it was either in October or November when she was asking him about, hun, do we have an insurance policy? Do we have this? Do we have that? And what did you do on some? It was like she was damn near interrogating him. And it was like she was working for the ops and really trying to get her and trying to do it in a very nicey way. She was real
Mhm.
nice about it. And Shirley can definitely read you in a very nice way. I do applaud her for that because she definitely can keep her composure. She really probably can play poker really, really well because she do have a poker face and a poker voice. But I wholeheartedly feel like them people told her, you the one who benefited from all these ill-begotten gains. And if you don't get no information from him, we're going to charge your ass too. And so I feel like that's why she hung in there as long as she did. And she got whatever information she could out of him, which was nothing. And then she decided to go ahead and file for a divorce. I also feel like, and I don't know this is just my opinion, I feel like she filed for that divorce so she could save her own neck and so that she could save her own job. Because even on the call that I did last night, She told him, in so many words, I don't give a damn about you being in jail. What I care about is my money. I'm spending all of this money and I don't have nothing. I'm concerned about my money and I'm concerned about having a place to stay. And I'm really concerned about driving another G Wagon in so many words. And rightfully so. She should be concerned about all of those. But it was a little bit too little too late for you to get concerned, in my opinion. It took you a long time to get concerned. And it took your employer to tell you to get out them people's house before you even decided to start looking for a house. Because keep in mind, she still was waiting on this dude to get out of jail. Remember? Well, I'll just wait till you get out and then I'll get a vehicle and I'll let you find the house. And Buckwheat like, no, 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 you gotta go on and live, you gotta go and live your life. I understand, I understand. And I'm not gonna go down by myself. Well, he told her, I won't. I'll take the blame. He said, I'll take the blame and I'll make sure to keep your record clean and to keep you, keep you good. I'll make sure I'll take the whole blame. But then on in the next call, he say, well, I'm not taking the blame. I'm not going to take, because this ain't all on me. So I don't know if he was talking about Erica or if he was talking about Shirley, about how it all ain't on him and how he wasn't going to lay down by himself. So I don't know which one y'all feel like it was, who he was talking about.
It was reverse psychology. Go ahead, V.
No, as far as far as just her, I do think that I think it has a lot. I think Nesto does have a point that her friends coming in, him not having the influence that he once had with her, or that the basic the full overpowering influence that he had over her, because hearing more and more now, um having heard a year, basically almost a year and a half of calls of conversations, and this is not even that, like the half of like the calls they who we don't even know how many you know calls that are really out there. I mean, because they how many pin numbers has he used? He's been up in there for going on 3 years now, so he didn't use everybody and their uncle's pins. So I can see that he had a full lockdown on her brain, and she was fine with that because it gave her her job is probably stressful. I know we may not some people may not think it's stressful, but that is hard work, having to keep your just being in the public eye is hard work, in my opinion. That's number one. So she does have a stressful job, and him saying that he's taking care of all of these things, that takes the pressure off of you. And him, trying to be this, pretending like he's a doting husband. She she was cool, cool with all that. But then when the truth comes out of what he was actually doing with all this money that she really had, which she does deserve to have a G Wagon. She deserves to have her clothes back. She deserves to have her mama's china. She does not deserve to be being put at risk of nasty women's diseases and whatnot.
I agree.
Or to be humiliated in the streets and everybody talking about you behind your back, and then your man coming here, they just jealous of me. And she probably was infatuated with Ernest to a certain extent, because he's
Mhm.
not fine, like super duper fine, but he was in shape. He wasn't a bad looking guy. So she was doing fine as long as he just kept filling her head up with, everybody's jealous. Nobody likes you except me. I know what you want. I got all these loyal people around me because I know what's best for you. And to a certain extent, it probably kept her, that kept her anxiety and her pressure levels down. But he started getting sloppy. And then when her friend came, Ernest is right. Yeah, her friend probably did say, I keep saying this, bitch, sit down. We gonna get drunk and we gonna talk this out. Because he didn't, obviously something. Debbie, he knew Debbie didn't like her. And he don't like Debbie. So those two being together, he can call them all old ladies, all the Golden Girls, old ladies, all they want to, but they supported each other. And I don't care if my girlfriend comes and helps me straighten my life out. I don't care if it's my good girlfriend, she can live with me as long as she wants to, and I'm gonna support her. And if she's my emotional support, and I'm 70 years old, and a lot of these things I don't know how to, I have to refigure out because things have changed since the last time I did them. I'm gonna support her. And as far as her filing for divorce, I think she filed at a specific time because you're right, she was talking to the police and the prosecution. They probably told her the indictment's coming. We're getting ready to charge him with a RICO, or some big charges coming. So now will be the proper time to file, and then your marriage is included in this case that we're going to be filing.
Well, also
And
those 10 years was coming up also because after 10
that
years
too,
you got to pay this ninja. And
right?
so, she did, she filed everything in the wee hour and right in the nick of time for everything. I just wholeheartedly believe them people told her, you
Yeah,
know. I,
they
I
told
feel like
she,
Creel gave her some information. I believe all of the lawyers were trying to tell her what was really going on, and she didn't really believe BC too much because Nesto gave her such a bad view of BC and how he wasn't
which
no good and he wasn't trying to get him out and blah blah this and that and the other. But when
girl,
she got
that
with
that
Creel, but when she got with Creel, Creel was able to get through to her because I'm pretty sure Creel probably told her, well, you got this other chick that's been calling me and been trying to run the business or what have you. And I ain't really told her nothing but because I know
well,
you paying me and blah blah. I'm pretty sure Creel set her ass down and let her know. And then Debbie sat her down and let her know. And then Steve sat her down and let her know. But how hard headed can you get when the
Hell
Popo
no.
told you? But when the Popo told you he's not who you think he is, and you just totally ignore what they say because he's a black man, and I understand he's a black man, but this black man has been to jail already 3 times, ma'am. How much? I mean, what will it take?
again, she has a bunch of let's see, how
No,
can I put
Shirley.
this word? That she works around a bunch of men, and that like their ego stroked, and that are that will tell you, oh gosh, black men just have it the hardest and the worst in this country, and they'll never get a fair shake, which is not true because they're all prime examples of getting a fair shake in life. If that's the case, none of them would be up there on that radio station making them good juicy coins.
Well, like
So she
Denzel Washington said, yeah, the system is not fair, but they're not locking up 7-year-olds. So that's your job.
This is a good point. I think Debbie tolerated him. Yeah, cause you do have some friends that will, that's your man, girl. We gonna be happy for you. I can see that.
I
But you
think.
should. It's
Oh,
have
sorry.
stayed with Nasto. Hell no. I said hell
Hell
no.
no, no, Shirley, girl, no. And yeah, I don't. I think Debbie knew when to shut her mouth and just not say anything because she probably saw how Shirley would comment about other people saying stuff. So as
But
much
let
as
me
you
ask
may
you this,
not,
Vicky. Let
hmm,
me ask you this. Do you think Debbie had to get a drunk to get the food to understand? Well, let me not call her food. To get the uninformed understand what was really going on? Do
yes,
you think she had to get her drunk first so that she
good
could,
and good and
relax
pissy.
and actually have a listening ear?
Probably, I mean, good and pissy. I would say good, like good and good drunk. Good and good
Yeah.
drunk. Like
Yeah.
like the kind of drunk where y'all crying on the sofa together, y'all and just sitting there holding each other. I'm gonna be here for you. I'm gonna be here for you. Like where, and then y'all wake up in the morning. It's like, do you remember what we talked about last night? Well, we get into it today. And I mean, because it has. I would assume that Debbie, from what how Shirley described, Debbie seems like a go getter. Like she finished college. She's a teacher. She has all her credentials. She kept her credentials up to date. She may be in her late 60s. But
She looked good
this
for her age too. If that's her, the lady that I saw health
the
insurance.
the light skinned thick one.
Yeah, I haven't
Yeah,
been on her social media, but if that's her, she looks good for her age.
Debbie was the one at the birthday party holding the birthday bags. The one
I didn't see it. Yeah, I
you didn't
didn't
see
see.
that picture?
Oh, her recent birthday. Yeah,
Her recent birthday. She was wearing like a
I just didn't, I didn't go to, I didn't know. I didn't ever see her say that was Debbie.
I this is my but Debbie seems like a, that not too many women are going to drive cross country alone, especially several times back and forth and go visit the kids here and there. And, they'll fly before they drive and, or, park the car at Shirley's house or park the car somewhere and then fly. But, that just says something about her personality. Shirley is codependent, so she needs somebody, or let me put it this way, she seems codependent. So she needed somebody to just kind of like shake her. It's like, girl, you messing up with your daughter, you messing up with your grandkids. Okay, you getting tired of paying your daughter's rent, but you don't have a house either. So why don't you have enough money to pay both of them and then some and buy yourself some shoes and buy yourself a car? Let's get your credit together. Let's get all this stuff together. It may not be immediate, and I think that's what Shirley was thinking. Like all of this stuff crashed down at once. But I
But
mean, she lost.
even on that call that I did last night, you could tell those were not her points. Those were points that Debbie gave her when she said,
Hmm.
I have to get a car. I have to get somewhere to live. I'm the only one that's paying for all of this. All of that sounded like her girlfriend telling her that. Not her words. They sounded like they were Debbie words, in my opinion, when when she was on her way out the door.
Well, maybe
And
you need
so,
your homegirl to write the script for you, cause you ain't strong enough to like, put it together. Cause he'll be able. He seemed like he can talk country bumpkins, coonery circles around you, and just make up words and confuse the hell out of you, and say improperly quote Bible verses and say Job part of the Red Sea and all these kinds of things to you to make you to get you sucked back in, and you might just feel foolish enough to actually believe him or to listen to him. Because
mm,
if you heard that call with the members only call with phone calls from prison, he just didn't care that he was switching up on these attorneys on her. Like we know
mm-mm.
that, but huh?
No, he didn't care. And that's what she
He
was saying too. You keep switching attorneys, and I'm the one who have to pay for all of these attorneys. And so, like I said, they didn't sound like her words. It sounded like that's what Debbie was telling her. Hey, girl, you're paying for all of these attorneys. And remember, that's when he told her, she told him, you're gonna have to get a public defender. And he was like,
oh he's that
oh,
oh
okay. He said,
oh
oh,
okay.
okay, okay then.
No, he
Like.
said, so you been talking to him, all right? Bit.
And then also too, he was trying to tell her, "Well, I know all them people in your ear because don't know effing body like me. It's been that way all my life." And Shirley said, "No, that's not the case. That's not the case. See, nobody's talking about you. Nobody is saying a few things." She said, "I may have said a few things, but nobody is really talking about you like that."
Right.
And she made the
Even
inference
Dion
like,
told him that. Like,
"Yeah,
nobody ain't checking for you. And that's the
yeah,
yep,
you're
he
not that
kept
important,
her
sir."
bond, yeah, using the Bible and double talking, and Nesto used her own beliefs against her. He definitely weaponized, I think, the Bible and God, the Lord and Job,
And
to
Job, yeah,
have
don't
some
forget
type of
about Job.
control over Shirley.
All right,
Oh
that
my
part.
God. Okay, Shan, you coming back? I think it was Shirley when she said, when we met, I had a home, a car, and I was doing much better
But
by
remember
my
Lamont said that too.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
because she told
She
Lamont that
told
as well,
Lamont
and a
that.
lot of the things that has been said throughout time, which is why I think it was Shelly C or Real, I can't remember earlier in the first live, whoever it was, saying that we needed a time thing, a time chart, flow chart, because a lot of these calls are so mixed up with it, far as date order, it kind of makes you not think that this was recent, but it wasn't. It was way back.
So if y'all go, okay, they do have the individual playlists. We know that, and they did put them in
Mhm.
chronological order. It's the you have they just started putting the dates on there, like on the in the description, not in the description, the title. Um, so you kind of have to go back and like look and kind of pinpoint them together. But that's how I've been doing it. Like these past two, ever since those stupid calls with Sonia dropped from
Mhm.
January 1st and January 8th, where she went from when she thought she was just big fine and thought that Krill, yeah, he gonna come see you because he want to talk to me.
Girl, that
Um,
man didn't even see you. He blind Mary Jetty, but I digress. But that's what I've been doing on my calls. I've been going in order because, like you said, she do have them in order, and that's how you could tell where Shirley is getting exasperated and how she's leading up to divorce. And PSA, everybody, I'm probably not going to be able to go online too much because YouTube said I'm running out of time. So until the 21st, I'm going to be real low key, Vicky. So you got to go online. We got to, got to do some panels.
He
you don't have the
isolated
premium?
her. No,
No,
she's
we had a
using
premium.
the free until she gets monetized.
Oh, I
He
see.
he isolated
Yeah.
her from people with sense. That's probably why he drove her to work and picked her up. And Shirley don't like driving too, so that
Yeah, she
kind of
enjoyed that.
benefited both of them. He limited her time with
Mhm.
others unless he was around, yeah, because he made her, scared of, to
But
actually
he was
deal
complaining
with
about it
people.
though. Remember, he was complaining about it to the Dre. She sit her ass back there in the back seat, and I got to drive her around. So he
He
really
wanted
didn't
to
want to
do
do
that.
that.
He
He
did.
wanted to do it. You think so?
Yeah, because that
Okay.
way he
Yes,
could
he did.
control. He could
Hmm.
control.
He
And
wanted her.
I don't think he taught. I honestly, that's why I came back up because I'm like, I'm listening to them. I need to be talking to them. But
Hmm.
I finished what I had to print some stuff right quick, and that was gonna make so much noise. So I just said, let me go. I thought it was more, but I'm back. But this is my opinion of Shirley. My opinion of Shirley is Nesto ran her life. First, I'm gonna say, in my opinion, Shirley was the mark. So he ran her life to the point where all she really had to do was shop a little bit, wake up, get dressed for work, do her thing a little bit. And when she swiped her card, and I said what I said, say this like last year, I believe, sometime. When she swiped her card, it went through, so she was happy. So, in my opinion, I feel like Shirley is not as, I'm not gonna say she's not as smart as everybody is trying to make her out to be. It's just that when you're in a routine of something and it's what you think you want, you're just gonna go with the flow. And I think at the moment she realized that, oh my God, I'm broke. And if you think of the timeline, it really didn't take her long to figure out it took her longer than it would have took us. But in what she was doing and going through, it didn't take her that long to realize she was broke. Cause he went to jail in 2022, but she was gone by February of 2023. She had figured it out. So he went in July of 2022, my bad. But by February, because she kept saying, you getting out, you getting out, you getting out, she wasn't thinking about nothing other than he about to get out. He gonna find us somewhere else to live. Cause think about all these calls you done heard. You don't even have to put them in order to think about this. Shirley's whole game plan was you gonna get out, you gonna find us somewhere to live, we gonna go back and try to be happy. That was her game plan from July to about January. And then when he didn't get out in January, more charges hit. That's when the light bulb started flickering for me, in my opinion. Because the light bulb started flickering in late January when all this other stuff hitting the fan. And then around February, remember, 2023, he only talked to Shirley. He talked to Shirley less than 5 times, except for when Dre called her twice for him. So on his own, he may have only talked to Shirley in 2023 after January. We're gonna say after January because when he thought he was getting out, I'm getting out. He was calling, trying to make the money moves, trying to let everybody know, okay, trying to see how the money was shaking up in January when he thought he was getting out until the other charges hit. So when the other charges hit, the light bulb started flickering in Shirley's head. Like, what more charges? I ain't got no money for that. Where I'm gonna get this money from? And in my mind, I'm thinking that Shirley might have thought he was hiding money. That's why she coming with all these questions. Like, what is this? What is that? We need. She's trying to figure out where is the money in my mind. And then I think around February, when you need another lawyer, this fool is thinking like, oh my God, there's no money. He has all these charges. This fool ain't getting out. What I'm gonna do? And she was like, okay, let me slow down. Maybe he might get out. They are setting him up because remember, she always thought they were setting him up. And for me, Shirley figured it out all on her own. Because if anybody has ever either been homeless or living with somebody else, because I know when I first came back from the military, I was living with other people. And when you living with other people and you used to being on your own, those things will make you think and figure ish out.
Mm-hmm.
Trust me,
She
you
was
gonna
taught.
get it together. So I think that she figured it out on her own. She may
Mm-hmm.
have needed some help to kind of like
Not
help
really
her
help
keep her
support, Shan.
sanity.
I'm following. You know
Well,
I don't
can
follow
I
you
say
like
that support? I can say
that.
that support. She needed some support to help her keep her mind right. That's why she was like, "Let me call my girl Debbie. Debbie, come on, Debbie. I need somebody to sit here with me because I'm going through it, girl. Because all of you, most women got that friend they call like, girl, I'm going through it. I'm gonna need you to listen to this and shut up and just listen. Or when I ask you, that's when you could tell me. But right now." I'm going over some stuff and I'm trying to figure some things out and I don't know where we've all had. I mean, I have had that moment where I don't know where I'm at the moment and I just need to like work it out. I feel like Shirley was at that moment in February where I don't know where I'm at. I just need to work it out. February 2023. And that's when she kind of led off and not talk to him till April. And then she didn't talk to him again until May. And then she didn't talk to him at all, even when he called, until Dre swooped in on her in July. So remember this stuff. I remember these because for me, it's funny that your wife ain't talked to you but a couple times in a whole year, but you talking to the side hand just about every day. That was funny to me. So Shirley, I think Shirley did have a come to Jesus moment for herself. It was just she needed a supporting cast because for the last 10 years, who was her supporting cast? This ninja that was spending all her money and who had access to the bank account where only her money was going in and had access to everything because everybody needs to remember on these evictions, she never knew about them until when? After he was locked up because guess who was handling them? Erica freaking Kang. She was handling all the evictions. So how would Shirley know about it? And they didn't start taking her money until he was locked up. So of course she didn't know until they started taking her money. And all this stuff that Nesto be talking about her money, we know that's a lie because she was bad with she had nothing. Lies. She had a car and a house. We know that for sure. I
What
know that
did
for
he
sure because
have?
I
What
saw
did
her
he
house.
have?
And the
I
fur
saw her
coat.
house.
And the fur coat and the fur. She had the fur coat and the fur throw. And at the end of the day, I feel
Right.
like you know how he always talking about they lying on me. I don't know nothing about that. I feel like they were saying that people was warning her. I guarantee you because they were warning her on IG, right? So I guarantee you when those people was warning her on IG, and if she asked him about it, oh them folks lying. They just want
Yeah.
your life, and I don't know nothing
Mm-hmm.
about them folks. Don't even pay that kind of stuff no attention at all. And I guarantee you he gaslighted her because you could tell he was telling her that stuff because he
Hmm.
was telling
Mm-hmm.
her that when she was in jail. When he was in jail and she was asking him different questions. I don't know, they lying on me. I don't know nothing about them folks.
Yeah, and
So
remember, she thought, oh, he getting arrested because somebody stole his identity. Remember, that was the first play.
right.
That was the first
Yeah,
play.
and then he
Oh, you
told
know they
her,
stole my
are they
wallet.
sure? He said, oh yeah, are they sure they got the right person? Are they sure?
Oh
It's a
yeah.
lot of Ernest Williams. I was like, listen
Mm-hmm.
to this line ninja.
Mm-hmm.
Think
This
Yeah,
about
is
the
and
call
wonderful.
where she asked him. She's like, "I see you've been on the phone," and he said, and he could not even come up with a good excuse. Like he said, "Well, people be sitting, them young boy be sitting down at the phone, and it'd be having the tablets all used up." He couldn't think of anything, so he lied about anything.
He had her fooled. She trusted his
And
leadership.
everything.
Remember, he told her the last time that he was arrested was because they arrested the wrong person. Identity
Hmm.
theft. Okay. He was definitely running some game on her, but and she was just so easygoing and not questioning, or trying to, know what was really going
She was
on.
trying to get
So
back to her life, Lady T Bug. She wanted to get back to her life. She didn't give a dang about what nobody was saying. She just wanted to get back and be Miss Damn Daisy and let him go clean the ceiling fan and the stairs and all that other mess he was doing. And I
Okay.
hope he wasn't cooking no food because when he washed his hands, he didn't put no soap on them.
You don't think it was you? It was one of y'all. Make me real. Nesto told her it was AI, honey. He said his passport and all those things was stolen. He been sticking with that, so it could have been anybody. But it is a lot of Ernest Williams in Georgia for some reason. So you do have to be careful when you pull his information up. But try, we know what you really did, Nesto. It ain't a mistake every single time. I saw that too.
Well, what's his middle name? Linus or Levert? What's his middle name?
One of them, Levert, then is
Yeah, Levert.
Lavelt, then
Yeah.
this
So
on the
how many Ernestes Levelts there are? Levert or Linus or whatever the hell his name is.
well on the
It
subpoena.
depends because he used aliases too. So once you book in on the alias, they gonna keep running you under your alias. But there is a way to identify him, but I won't disclose that.
But
Says she ain't about that life jail stuff in her. I agree.
don't y'all? I mean, isn't Georgia a state where they collect DNA for felons?
I think that's worldwide.
Okay, so or you mean nationwide?
Yeah, but one thing
Wor-
that I heard that I
United
wanted to
States.
clarify with everybody was when you get arrested and you give them a name, that name is gonna follow you. Period. Because I don't know why it's set up that way. Because when they find out who you are, they still use that name, but they just AKA it with whatever other names you've ever used. That's why you'll have somebody that has a case and we'll just say they want to be named George Jefferson. So they'll have their real name will be Lionel, but they'll have a case under George Jefferson, but they'll have all the date of birth and all that stuff for Lionel. So, but that whole case is gonna go the whole life of the case as George Jefferson because that's who they arrested. They arrested George Jefferson. I don't know why that is, and that's across the country, and it's weird. And I'm like, what if they find out who you is? Just fix it and put your name on it. But and AKA that, but they don't. They just whatever the case starts the name at from arrest, that name just follows through, and they just attach all your other names. And I believe as he went through using all those names, he used his name, and this is very common that somebody will use their own name in various variations of it. And that's why he's Levert, but his government name is Ernest Levert
Yep.
Williams Jr. That's his government name.
Because
But
on that
His
all those
daddy
other
subpoena,
like,
stuff,
damn.
yeah.
I bet
on
his
the
daddy
subpoena
like,
it
damn,
says
I shouldn't have gave this bitch my
Lavelt.
name. Yeah, yeah, and I'm sure his daddy in his grave, and Lord bless his soul, but I bet he's like, damn, this ninja messing up my name. I wasn't even all of that. But
His daddy could have been a bum too.
let me
Mm-mm.
God bless the dead.
not that much of a bum. Shit, this nigga been a career criminal. But let me just give some final thoughts, and I'm gonna drop down.
Yeah, we're gonna
I
wrap it
just
up.
yeah, I just feel like you guys said, I'm glad she finally woke up. However the heck she woke up, and I'm really interested to see if he's going to go to trial. I wholeheartedly feel like he's not. Even if they don't offer him a deal, I think he's just going to
Mhm.
plead guilty, just so that he don't have to go to trial, and just so we don't get our satisfaction. Little Scooter will tell him now, because she keeps telling him, "No, we're not taking no deals. We're not taking no deals." But when the push come to shove, I don't think he listening to her like he was listening to her no more. I really don't feel like I feel like right now he's just passing the time with her, and I don't feel like he's taking her advice on anything, especially after she supposedly had got some information from from Krell, and was supposed to try to get him a deal on his case or whatever. So she didn't meet the mark. She didn't finish the mission. So at this point, I just don't feel like he got that much faith in her like he did at first. I don't feel like she the coach no more. I think she's the assistant coach at this point. I think she downgraded her status with him when she didn't come through with Krell. And he really paying attention to what she's saying now. He see how stupid she sounds, and he heard the nonsense. Yeah, you could tell he's waking it up. And like Shan said, it's become real for him now. And I don't know what made it become real. I don't know if it's the 3 years or the new attorney or just, him just getting tired of little Scooter. But it's becoming real to him. And he understand his life, his life is on the line at this point. And so I'm real interested to see what he's gonna do because I just don't think we're gonna get the trial that we're looking for. And that's all I got to
I
say
don't
about it.
Thank you, thank you. I said
think
what I said.
I'll go next. They call me Mo. It's the 15th. She has the deadline to turn it in, but if she doesn't turn it in, she has to appear in person on the 17th. So I ain't see nothing. Now I don't know how to check that paperwork stuff yet. Lady T Bug gonna walk me through it one day. So I don't know.
I
Lady T
got you,
Bug,
boo.
have you seen anything yet?
No, but I was saying on yesterday, this is what I was told from a third party that um the grand jury information probably won't be out there for us to review um
Oh, okay.
because of that. But
Mhm.
we're gonna keep looking, of course, but and she has a different case number, so I don't know how that's gonna work. And a different judge.
Didn't somebody break that down? I can't remember. Like I thought it was Shan. I could have sworn that it's a case number that's related to the cases already. Like it's I don't know. But my thoughts on this are I concur with I said what I said. There's probably a bunch of different factors, and Chan too.
Mm-hmm.
There's a bunch of different factors that woke her up. It's the loss of money, and then maybe really thinking about, oh, this is how much I have going out,
Right.
and then I include, and on top of that, I have to annoyingly put money on the phone call and every single time you call because it's easier because he gets frustrated with you and he'll hang up before you can put some money on the phone. I'm having to do all these things by myself, which I kind of enjoy doing it, doing it by myself. I'm starting to like it more now. I like I don't have to worry about you as much. I don't have to worry about who you sleeping around with and worried about getting these messages and all this stuff. It's probably just a wide variety of things.
Yeah.
And maybe God came to her. We never know because sometimes you get that epiphany in your dreams and I can't speak to everybody else's spiritual experiences, but I know I've had them, and God will come to you in different ways.
Mm-hmm.
And some of us have to be knocked over the head and like kicked in the stomach, and I mean to be able to like to see the vision from God. But it's probably a range of things, mostly money, and not being able to see her grandkids, I think, and then being able to see her friends and being embarrassed, publicly embarrassed. That's the last thing Shirley want to do. She do not want to be embarrassed and looking like a jail trophy wife. Well, even though Sonya really is. And also, she noticed she was getting played. I will say this, I will stomp down on this. We'll never know. Creel came through and said, asked her, who is Sonya? Who is Sonya to you guys? Or who is Sonya to him? Because Shirley, if you go back and listen to those earlier calls in 2023, she does hint around that somebody's been contacting her, not Krill. And then Krill will turn around and call her, and that's why he couldn't handle it. But this is his own doing. He did all of this. He put all of his eggs in the basket of Sonya, and she failed because she's a lunatic, just like him. She's just a loser lunatic, more so than him. And she puts on a big game and she's bit off more than she can chew. And the video visits are just funny now because he does just sit there and look at her. You go ahead. I ain't saying nothing. I ain't saying nothing. He's just basically doing time with her because he just needs somebody else to see besides the guards and besides other men. And he wants to see what other outfit she's gonna come up with. He probably is tuning out, doing his ABCs, counting to 25 over and over again and reciting the Pledge of Allegiance if he can remember it while she's talking. He doesn't like being he just likes seeing her. That's it. But I thank you for coming back twice because I needed this today. Today
That's
was
why I
a
said, Vicky, I'm gonna come back because I saw your pain in the chat.
today was a rough day at work. We all was going through it today at work. This just one of them days, and I appreciate you, and I appreciate everybody. It was glorious. I said what I said, Shan
Janetta.
and Janetta. Yes, and thank you, Lady T Bug, as always. Y'all have a great evening. I listen. I am going to. I am. I have to download the
Uh-huh.
paperwork for that Fox News thing. But I
Okay,
want to. I want to talk about that Fox
I got
News
you.
that lawsuit, girl. That is because that is juicy. So y'all have a good night.
Thanks, Vic, and thanks. I
Bye.
said what I said, Janetta and Glorious and Shan. Is are you here to say your final thoughts, ma'am? She has us on mute, so she may have just stepped away. I'll read y'all comments until she come back.
I'm back.
Talks with TK. Okay, there is no faith, just a resource. Now for Zuzus and Whams. She knows it, and yeah, slow fed feeds him money to keep him hanging on. I agree with that. Go ahead, Shan. She's
I
talking
just
about
want to
sensitive.
say that I am glad that at some point Shirley got her senses about her, and it appears that even though she had to go through something bad, it has brought her and Sheridan closer. And I hope
Mm-hmm.
they can mend their relationship and she's good with the grandkids. But I also hope that Shirley has enough time left to get her affairs in order and to live comfortably like she should be, has she
Mm-hmm.
not wasted 10 years of her money with this fool just spending her money. And I agree with I said what I said. We are not going to get the trial that we want. It's not going to happen. There's no way if everything comes out like this ruling is going to mean a lot to
Yeah.
what we get.
Yeah.
And if this ruling takes away the car but leaves everything else, or takes away just some stuff, we're not going to get what we're looking for. Even if, because any attorney worth their salt is going to be saying, dude, take a deal. Let's try to work something out with them, see what they going to give us. Because at the end of the day, you still married to two other women when you married this woman. So at least two other women that we can prove.
Right.
So you gonna have to figure something out. And if it was me, I'd be telling, if I was Nestor, I'd be telling him, ask Wooten right now what kind of deals he got laid out, what kind of deals he want to swing.
Yeah.
Cause
Can weigh your
he got
options.
you. He got you by the hips. And you just gotta, cause anyway you work it out, 10 years is being baptized to the ultimate. So what can you do? Like, go take a deal. And we already know he would time served, time served. He already want that deal. So I'm just glad Shirley got out. She got out sooner than we realized she got out, because by the time we found out, she was already done. By the time we found out, we just didn't know it because we was hearing her talk to him all over again like it was just fresh. So that's why I think a lot of people feel like, oh, she was with him and da, da, da. It did take her longer than most rational people, but some people it take a little longer.
Right.
But I can't wait to see. I'm mad that it's now that it got moving and I stopped. I'm like, oh my God. Every time we get a movement, we stop. And I'm just like, oh, I'm like ready to pull my hair out because and the next court date is December 18th. So I believe Wooten did have to have his stuff in by the 17th. Cause looking at that, it said on December 18th they got motions hearing. So hopefully that goes like it happens. Cause as we know, in Fulton County, it's all up in the air. But I'll those are my last thoughts, and I'll say I'm just happy that Sheridan and Shirley got a better relationship out of it all.
Yep.
And the last thing I'm gonna say is Ricky knew about them babies before we know he knew about them babies.
Oh yeah,
But
he did. Cause you can't write and publish and print in a book in one day.
I don't believe he knew about them babies while him and her he was inviting them to his grandson's parties and stuff. That's it. And I'll leave it there. Have a good
I
night,
agree.
y'all.
I agree. Thank you, Shan. Thank you, ladies. Let me read their comments and we're going to get up off of here because I got some editing to do. And since y'all been talking about Shirley, I think I'm going to hit y'all with some tomorrow. Dre let it out about Nesto saying that he never loved SS, right? And it's so sad that to think about you think you marrying someone for love to spend the rest of your life with, and you're a lick, just kind of crazy. And all she had to do was watch the second Born hearing, honey, when them folks said, your girlfriend in Florida. Creel said, look at here. Let me tell you some. That's the reason BC, I think one of the reasons BC left because he was tired of Sonya. And I think he also told Shirley some things as well. She's an angry, bitter little biatch now. I said what I said. Thank you. Hey, Amelia. And also blame it on her daughter and did. You're welcome, Rich Auntie. Nesto knows Sonya's a bozo now. Yeah, he just be a blank stare. And he bet it all on the wrong horse. I don't think he enjoys the visits at all. Any of it. He's just in survival mode. Yeah, because that's kind of like the only outside person he has. Now, he has been talking to Dion on and off. But y'all know Dion had 19 cent on that last call that we listened to. I wanted to talk about Luther Doc and how they're trying to make Patty the villain. Okay, I need to research that. I was not aware that so Luther got a documentary. Ooh. Okay, I like the music, so I will check it out. Miss Helena, is it on Hulu? I hope so, because I have Hulu, not Netflix. Yes, please don't forget to like the live. And I was saying that Shirley deserves, the fruits of her labor. Nasty Nesto, PD was windmilling at that hearing, honey. In his tight suit, honey. That's like the best one I saw him wear, though. Fannie Mae, honey, is going to sit him all the way down. No deal. And I was saying that they had history of 10 years when Shan was up there saying she didn't leave, maybe in a fast, as fast as some others would. And I said, well, they did have history, 10 years. Okay. Good night. Good night. Them being Ricky babies. I cannot. Good night. He was probably about to be blackmailed. You think Rickey Smiley was about to be blackmailed? He needs to plead. Maybe you do 6-4 under supervision. His kidneys won't survive without true medical help and diet. I think he lying about his kidneys. Yeah, they saying Patty outed him. Really? He didn't want people to know he was a queen. Baby, we knew he had on that damn mascara and the eyeliner that some in the milk one clean. Luther Van, it's on CNN. I don't have cable, but I'll figure out how I can watch it. I wonder how much Dion has put on the phone account. I'm guessing around $1.50. He got to find somebody with a card. Never too much, never too much is the name of it. Okay. Yes, it's good too. Okay. I'm about to call my daughter, see how I can watch it. You saw it on Talks with TK. Wasn't it fantastic? I still laugh at the nerve he had to be sad that Shirley divorced him. Girl, he was sitting over there like a damn scarecrow at that divorce hearing. Bad kidneys was some ish chicken little made up. I think so. They call me Mo. Love the Luther documentary. Just Google when it will air again. Okay, and where I can watch it. Cause I don't have cable. John Sally said why way more about Luther than Patty. Surprisingly patted about accidentally let it slip. Oh, get off Auntie Lufa. It's good, baby. He probably had all the men in the damn DM, baby. You know it worked out for you, big Luth. Okay, you lost weight after the end. Even when he found out that Shirley got that raised sir was sick. He's still sicker about that, Vic. He was hotter than fish grease. That's the night he went and cried. That's the night he had the snotty nose, okay? Like he said, the people walk around there don't know their nose running. Baby, his nose was running too. Who want to be using that hard crusty noodle toilet paper to wipe their damn nose? He was big mad. Y'all, they say January 8th is TJ Maxx Yellow Tag clearance event. Don't miss out on the great deals. Happy Sunday. So if you're a shopaholic, and you want to run over to the TJ Maxx on tomorrow, they have their yellow tag sale. Okay. All right, y'all. I'm about to get off of here. Let me go do some editing. Since y'all talking about Shirley, I'm gonna have to drop something for y'all. Y'all may get mad at my ass again, too, but we gonna run through it. He fumbled the bag expeditiously. Yes, he did. Bag real bad. All right, y'all. I'm gonna put on the outro. Thank y'all for coming back with me. I appreciate it. And I love talking about different topics and subjects. So this was really fun. Yes, the night he lost sleep, baby, weight and his damn glasses was when she got that raise. He was up all night, honey, baby. He rolled over them damn $1.50 Dollar Tree glasses, honey. Sonya had to get him another pair. Hey, designing decor. That's for you if you in the pushes. Bye, y'all.